You got to pay cash for pulled pork from a guy standing around a warehouse in Fenton.
What are you serving to your guests?
Yeah. So I say, okay, I'm coming for the pulled pork. He says, I'm in the red LeBaron.
LeBaron?
No, the red Suburban. Red Suburban.
You're part of the LeBaron underworld.
I was in the LeBaron. He said, I'm in a red Suburban. So I go back to that first warehouse where I was, and sure enough, he's sitting there in a red Suburban by the warehouse, just with the pulled pork in his car. And I get out, and he picks up the pulled pork. He takes my cash. He puts the pork in the car and drives away. I said, who buys food this way? What are we doing? This is how you buy heroin. I thought if there's a policeman watching this go down with me handing him the money and taking away boxes of food, he thinks I'm a drug lord.
Can I ask a question? Are you ready for a follow-up question?
Sure.
Okay, so your wife set this up, and she told you to go to Ollie's Barbecue.
Ollie's. She just said go to Ollie's.
And does she think you know this guy?
That's what I yelled. I said, where's your communication skills?
Woman? Did you call her woman?
You tell me this is not a store. I'm hopping mad. This is the most ridiculous way to buy food I've ever heard of. I'm buying, like, pulled pork on the black market? Really?
And?
For cash?
And how was the pulled pork?
And then we take it home, had this big party, and I swear to God, 5 people, totally unsolicited, came up and said, that was the best pulled pork I've ever had. I said, who put you up to the question? Nobody. That was just great.
Ollie.
It's yeah.
This is Ollie Raymond, who used to work at...
Ollie Raman, the weather guy. No, it was not him. No. It was the darndest thing.
He used to work at KMOV, and now he has a underground pulled pork business.
I guess that's what it is. You got to pay him cash, and then he gets out of there real fast.
How much did he charge you?
It's $200.
Cash? Yeah,
for like
cash.
3 big trays. Yeah, oh gosh.
Did your wife tell you that?
No paper.
Benjamins?
No paper trail.
Well, wait a minute. Now, did your wife tell you needed cash?
Yeah, I had it.
All right, because you don't strike me as a guy that's going to carry around hundreds in cash.
Well, right. I did on this day because I was going to meet Ollie. I thought it was a barbecue restaurant. Nope, just a guy. Just a guy standing out there in the parking lot.
Did you have any of the pulled pork?
Yeah.
Good?
It's pretty good. All pulled pork is the same.
Oh.
I kind of agree with Doug on that. I don't know much difference on pulled pork, but I'm not a big pulled pork guy, so maybe that's the issue.
Did you wash it down with some tap water?
Ooh.
I had some bottled water, actually.
Ah,
Live an eye on the hall.
Yeah, good for you, Dougie.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Guys, I'm enjoying your program this morning from the Tampa airport. You sound spectacular today. # coming home.
All right.
Who was that?
# coming home.
Who's coming home from Tampa?
Don't.
Well, tell us who you are. Don't just say I'm coming home.
Be honest, Doug, this is not the first time you've paid cash for a man's meat behind a warehouse.
Oh, wait, this is an email.
Yeah, it's a text.
I don't have my suspension log, Yule.
Tim McKernan, once a young boy attending St. Gabriel's in South City, with big league dreams and a lopsided head. But that head was full of hair back then, so you couldn't tell much. Anyway, who knew he would someday return to St. Gabriel's triumphantly as the host of a kick-butt trivia night that's all about the show he eventually created and finally brought to the big leagues, HD2 Radio. It's the first ever TMA Trivia Night, July 23rd at St. Gabe's. It's trivia all about the morning after. So if you know about Iggy's weirdo Hito obsession, or maybe how many days the dude from the poor part of whatever city has been suspended by Doug or whatever, this thing's right up your alley. Tables of 8 are on sale now. Ticket price includes food from Salt and Smoke and beer from Urban Chestnut, plus late night food from Uncle Leo's Pizza. A portion of ticket proceeds will go to Friends of Kids with Cancer. TMA Trivia Night. Get more details at tmastl.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Ryan Kelly, and I can tell you firsthand that I have refinanced, and I've gotten pre-approved with the HomeLoanExpert.com, and it is fast and it is easy, but Ryan, it's even faster now. You're offering a guarantee with how fast you guys can do it?
We don't mess around. Like, we work hard and we're fast, and we take our job to our clients extremely serious. You know, that customer experience, we're always looking for ways to improve it. And it was time to come out strong and do something big. And that's why we are excited to launch our new 10-day closing guarantee. That's right, 10-day closing guarantee. Refi or purchase, 10-day closing guarantee. I got to tell you, it's a tough one for operations to swallow and compliance to swallow and everybody else. But I push for the clients. I push hard. And there you go. So if you're thinking about a cash-out refinance, now's your shot. If you're going out to buy a house, tell your agent you're ready to close in 10 days or less because you've been pre-approved at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:09 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After, 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, and YouTube.com/TMASTL. Already a bunch of ladies in the area waiting for us in the YouTube chat, and we haven't even started. It's going to be a bad, bad day.
This is, at its very core, it used to be a stock bulletin board.
Yeah, swingers tips.
Yeah,
is that my
tips.
lightsaber?
Something like that. And now it's pretty much we're a dating app, as much as anything.
More or less.
Yeah. There is a radio show that goes with the app. You get that for your
right, and we'll give you like takes.
Yeah. You get some hot takes with it, but it is at its core a dating application.
Well, this coming in from the boy porpoise early on. Weather looking great this weekend for the St. Joseph Cottleville Parish picnic. Night starts with some libations and chuck-a-luck. Inevitably, I'll end up at the canteen and knuckles deep inside of Scout Leader Harper. Then we will sneak away and christen this year's auction car with some reverse cowgee. Doug, come join us, you filthy little sub. That's from the boy porpoise.
I was in Cottleville just last weekend.
Oh, for the parish picnic?
Well, it looked kind of like that. It's that new little party area they have there with they have the band, and they had the food trucks and the. Yeah, it was kind of a cool little place.
Nice
place to eat.
You want to go to the parish picnic with me and see Harper?
No, I'm not going to go back there this weekend. I don't anticipate that.
Took long enough.
But it's a nice area. Cottleville is a nice area.
Yeah,
Good morning. I'm going on vacation next week, so I won't be listening live. I'm sorry. That's from Dave in Maryland Heights.
While I was in Cottleville, I saw our very own Jesse Kiowski out there.
Oh,
too. Yeah, same affair. Mm-hmm. Not, I wasn't having an affair, a same event. Would have been a better way to put that.
Way to word that, Doug.
Yeah. I would describe that as problematic.
Well, it used to be, if there was an event, you could call it an affair, but now it's probably not the way to go.
Tryst?
I wouldn't say tryst either. No, it was just kind of like an outdoor barbecue type thing. Food trucks, that thing. Little band playing. People enjoying themselves. That's all that it was.
Next year. Hark, a tangent with a penis. How I hunger for pipe seed. Sharon was his name. Upon my chest was where he weed. Look, bud, if your butt is going to spray, hand me a towel
Okay,
first.
that's enough.
Dick Groats-Gagger. This is a randy audience
Yeah,
today.
Dick Groats-Gagger, right off the start, got himself suspended a period of 2 days' time. His name is going to the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension logule, sponsored by the great Mark Milton, who will take care of any kind of tax problems you have with the godforsaken tax man.
It's the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Work with Jamie Burkhardt. Work with Clayton Patterson. Work with Peter Munganess. Work with the best St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota for a new car, for a pre-owned car, or to get your car serviced. Go to stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. It is Munganess. And email me, tmckernan at InsideSTL.com, and I will connect you with Jamie Burkhardt anytime to hook you up. It's Munganess, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour in the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Doug is the lead. The Cardinals with a thrilling win last night. Dylan Carlson's catch. How do you do?
Yeah.
Or is it the Scottish Open and your Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown teams, or Iggy's match with the ill-sighted today? Where do we go? I mean, what do we lead with?
Well, I'd say the Cardinals have a lot more interest in those other two Shishawali events.
Yikes.
They did strike out 19 times last night. First 9 outs were strikeouts. They were facing a young Bob Feller on the mound.
Is that who it was?
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like a clone of Bob Feller. He was throwing about 99 miles an hour, striking everybody out. Looked like they might get shut out again. But no, they came back, battled back, and won it. 3-2 in 11. Nice little W.
That was a nice win. That was an exciting game.
It was. It was a good game.
I mean, you got 19 strikeouts. That's a whole thing.
I was switching back between that and the NHL draft.
I actually watched the NHL draft as well.
I did too. A little of it anyway. Blues got Snugsy. We were hoping they could get Snugsy.
Jackson, you better have some takes on Snugsy coming up at 10 o'clock.
Fresh out.
Just read his Wikipedia.
Well, it's a young kid. He's got some upside. I like his ceiling. He'll have to play a 200-foot game. He's going to fill out a little. He was good in juniors. He was good as a kid. He had a good third grade season, fourth grade, fifth grade, through all the formative years. Very good player. I think he can score some goals. He can get some assists. He could help you there. It's going to take him a few years. But, I wasn't surprised at all to see them grab Jimmy Snuggerud. Love the name. That's a complete scouting report. I don't know what else you want.
You available at 10:05?
Okay, we can make stuff up. You guys probably all knew that Sklkovsky would go number 1. You had that pick, didn't you?
I was on Shane Wright in my office pool.
Oh, I know we did a lot of mock drafts because we follow the Slovakian junior hockey scene very closely.
I didn't even know the draft was last night.
There you go.
Oh, man.
You were available at 10:05.
Yeah, ask me. They give the draft? Which one? NHL? No clue.
Sniffin' Holes is active this morning and is sending in a screenshot of a guy, I guess, tweeting at Frank Cusimano, "Nobody watches the Cardinals. The NHL draft is on." I don't know what that is. Looks like Hockey Guy had a big night last night. That comes from Sniffin' Holes.
It's always kind of presumptuous for you to speak for everyone, to say nobody watches this or that, or everybody hates you, or things like that. You can speak for the entire population.
Well, I'm sure the NHL experts who covered this knew something about the kid, but these fans that are coming out, great pick, I love this kid, 32 goals last year. You don't know nothing about the guy.
No. Well, I just told you everything you need to know.
Well, there's
Good
not many
kid,
people
I like
who
his
know what he
makeup.
did in third grade, so you got that.
He skates forward. He skates backwards. Ah, yes, he skates. I do like his makeup. I think he can mature as a player.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How do you like him on the
hopefully
power?
if he can stay healthy, maybe he can help this club someday.
How do you like him on the power play?
Well, I think it's possible. He can play the power play. He's got the big shot. He's got forehand, backhand. He can forecheck, backcheck. I just think this is a kid that you're gonna like if he ever makes it up
I
here.
think the Pittsburgh game's gonna be Nashville.
There's another little insight.
How is he in the room, though?
He's good in the room. He never lets the sweater hit the floor. He plays for the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. He's just what you would want with the 23rd pick.
Well, it looks like Army got what he wanted.
Yeah, sure he did.
Guys, I heard Snuggers went to St. Gabe's. Thanks. That's American Central West End.
I don't believe so. He's from Minneapolis.
But commuted.
That'd be a long drive.
Worth it. Tim just sent a message to the wife saying, "Good morning to my little anal queen. Hope she has a good day. We'll see how it pans out. Have a good day, boys." That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack. I didn't know Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack's wife was into anal. Did you?
Oh, Well, after 5
No.
kids, you got to switch it up.
Oh.
I'm using it now.
Probably do.
What do you think she thinks if she were to hear that on the radio?
Well, she can call in 636-9004-TMA. Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines, and we can talk it over. If she would like to email in, we have the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And if she would like to switch careers, we have Centric. Doug, you wake up and you're like, okay, I got to work outside today. That's going to be a whole thing because we have storms. We have storms, unfortunately. Plowhawk was talking about it, how hard it was raining at 5 a.m. this morning.
Wish we'd have had a heads up on that and could prepared for it a little bit.
Iggy, were you not aware of the storms? I thought you were talking about
I did. I don't know what Doug just doesn't listen.
I didn't hear about any big storms coming.
I said,
would love to have heard about them.
I said that storms are moving in. A cold front, low pressure system is moving in. We're going to have storms moving in. But I said they're not going to be gully washers. They're not going to be all-day storms.
Palsy felt as though they were life-threatening, the storms that hit
I was
his
in
region.
Maryland Heights, and I had drizzle at like 5, and then I had nothing. So, and it's not raining now, so hopefully Ilsetter and I can get this match in, and I can make 200.
Oh, Bill.
Oh. Speaking of 5, we had people in our neighborhood yesterday about 5 in the morning setting off fireworks.
Tim was in the middle of a live spot.
Oh, sorry.
No. I'm actually, I can always
I
pivot.
was just kidding.
Oh, yeah, to the point where you hear them for that.
At 5 in the morning?
Yeah, at that hour you think those might be gunshots. That's what I thought. So I got outside, looked around a little bit. It was neighbors from a couple blocks over.
Yesterday?
Yes.
On July 7th?
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe they're 3 days behind.
Okay, sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
No, I'm like 11 at night, midnight. I suppose I can see it, but 5 a.m. is a...
Oh, I know. I'd never seen that.
A lot of people were saying that. A lot of people were saying that these fireworks are going off 2-3 days later, like midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
People are nuts.
The summer heat is here, and also you're dealing with some storms, as we are today. And that makes it the perfect time to train for a new career, one that gets you out of the weather and into a career you will love, IT. And Centric can train you for that career in IT in just 4 months. That's it. Want a career with unlimited opportunity? That's IT. Want a career where you can work from home? That's IT. Want a career where you don't give an F about the weather, whether it rains or it's sunny and 99 degrees? That's IT. And Centric can make that happen for you, even if you have no IT experience. If you're not happy with your job, call Patrick Nealon at Centric today, and he'll walk you through Centric's hands-on program and show you how they can get you started in your new IT career. And then the only time you have to worry about the weather is when you have baseball tickets. So call 314-450-4714 or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Technology is the future of St. Louis. Centric can make it your future. Has Scott Sprinkled Ballsack's wife called in yet, Jackson?
Swing and a miss.
Too sore, probably.
Still on the steamboat.
Scott Sprinkled Ballsack, what is her favorite position to get that lollipopped?
Oh,
It's in
come
the
on.
boy porpoise.
All right, knock it
I
off.
heard that term. That's a fun term. It's a fun term, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Dick Grote?
No, that was the boy porpoise.
No, because he's been a wordsmith lately.
Boy porpoise?
No, the Dick Grote gagger. Didn't yesterday say butt paste?
Butt's not.
Butt's not. Today he said pipe something this morning.
Just ran, I'm telling you, up one side, down the other side. For 9 innings, he gave it to me.
Pipe juice, I think he said this morning.
What?
Nurse?
One of the first texts Tim read about this morning was...
pipe seed.
He got
Pipe
himself
seed.
suspended.
Yeah, pipe seed.
Grote did, or...
Dick Grote Gagger.
Dick Grote.
Yeah, he's had some nice sayings lately.
I spelled it wrong, too. It's just Groat.
Correct.
Not T-E.
King's English.
Right. Gagger, I'm not sure how to spell.
115 people already gathered at youtube.com/TMASTL. More than 4,000 people have subscribed. Get in on the action and just watch us and use us. I mean, sneak away with that Hitachi magic wand and go buzz, buzz.
Oh.
Well, we're here for you. That's what we're doing this morning.
Because we are a dating site.
More or less.
Can you imagine if we had video chat in there where people could just like...
Pop in like SGO Kai?
Yeah, just pop in and start cybering with each other.
Iggy, there's an ant on your hat.
Sweet mother of mercy.
It's on the bill of your hat.
Doug, is it still there?
Murder it.
It may have walked underneath the bill now.
Oh, it's going to be in your eye socket, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, we had such a good Cardinal discussion going, too.
I didn't want that to get in your eye or anything. Start chewing on nerves.
It's terrible this year with bugs.
Jackson and I shaved Strokes yesterday.
Oh, did you?
And we had a hornet in our cart.
Yep.
Sting anybody?
I spotted it, and the only reason I was aware it was a hornet is because sometimes I will say, Matt is a hornet, and then my son said, what does a hornet look like? And this is maybe only 2 days ago. And so I pulled up Google images of hornets, and I thought, right when I saw it sitting there, I thought, oh my God, that's a hornet. And then Jackson began the process of initially trying to save its life.
Oh,
and
why?
I don't know what that was about. And then when he realized he wasn't going to be able to save its life, then he began the process of trying to take it out. And that hornet bolted like the wind, and it flew super high. I didn't know those things went as high as they did, above the trees.
They look like wasp.
You can still see it. You see a little hornet above the trees?
Yeah. So I followed it because I thought it might come back and attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured he was coming back for revenge.
Yeah.
I thought they looked like wasp.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But only because I had pulled up the Google images of hornets was I familiar. I thought hornets were bigger, but maybe I'm thinking of green hornets. Maybe I'm thinking of locusts.
Maybe.
Hell, I don't know.
And we encountered a spider. There was a spider.
There was, and Jackson thought it was a hostile spider.
No, I assume hornets are part of the food chain. Who eats them? Birds?
Birds, probably.
And wouldn't wouldn't the stinger get the birds that are eating them?
Maybe they just eat the head.
Mm.
You gotta watch the bunkers, though. That's where they like to nest.
In the bunkers?
Well, just they like to burrow, and
they know the bad players are the tastiest.
Are you like that with most insects, Jackson?
What?
Trying to save them instead of killing them?
Depends on the insect.
Those are right.
Anything
who
in
do
the
you
bee,
kill and who do you let live?
Anything in the bee family. We need bees.
You don't need all of them.
More the merrier.
I don't think we need hornets. Don't
the hornets
pollinate, do they?
Well, the Charlotte Hornets are going through a tough time right now. So out of respect, I wanted to,
Everything
try
gets
to
back to the association.
I try to keep those safe.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's some some insects. I'd rather not kill the insect if I could. But if that's the only option, then, if it's gonna be me or the insect, I'm picking the insect.
I think there's plenty of them. You don't really have to worry about their population numbers.
Sure. But like the spider, I murdered with no hesitation.
Yeah, that is true.
With immunity too.
And he felt like this was a dangerous spider.
Oh yeah, might have been radioactive.
You know who doesn't kill spiders? Learn.
Oh, brother.
Clip that up.
7:24.
She
Didn't see that breaking ball coming. Froze me.
Well, she'll put it either on Instagram or on her Facebook fan page that found another spider, and she just picks it up on a piece of paper in a jar and then puts it outside. She won't kill it.
What about a brown recluse?
I don't know. She differentiates between the spiders, but she said found another spider today. Just got it in a jar and let it outside. I just smashed the hell out of them.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, you complain about bugs, but I mean you're killing spiders, so that's the problem.
I don't like barking spiders.
Spiders kill so many bugs, they're needed.
Well, they also bite people.
I'd kill a hornet or a wasp over a spider for sure.
You don't want spiders walking around your house, though, just because they might eat a bug.
I mean, I'm not saying I have, spider families that'll, feed or anything, but...
If you saw a spider, you'd try to get rid of it, wouldn't you?
If it's on my bed, yeah.
Or anywhere in your house? You wouldn't just let one walk across the kitchen floor or something?
Most of the time, they don't do that, Doug. They pick a little corner.
But if they
maybe
did...
behind your couch or... Yeah, rare time if they did, maybe I would, but...
You just let them go.
They kill a ton of bugs, man. They do.
No, so do lizards, but you don't want lizards running around your house either, do you?
That's why when we lived in the country, we had, corn spiders that would nest, in our lights, and we kept them there because if you had your outside light on, you didn't have any bugs because they would just gravitate towards the web, and so, yeah.
Spiders cost me 5 minutes a night, at least. Because I found one on this is 3-4 years ago. And then in my new apartment, one was just laying on my pillow when I went to bed.
Oh.
So now every night before I go to bed, I fluff my pillows, I look under my pillows, I look on the walls, I look under the covers.
Well, that's probably a good idea, just in general.
Yeah, but that's 5 minutes out of my life because of this one spider on my pillow.
It takes you 5 minutes to look around?
Yeah, I got to lift the covers up and go around the outside of the mattress to make sure they're not crawling up there to where my pillow is when I'm sleeping.
Maybe you have your apartment sprayed.
Well, I do. I mean, it's one spider. It's not like I see 10 spiders every day. All it took was one.
And me and Madison lived in an apartment off kind of the rougher side of Benton Park, I would say, on Iowa. And we had a centipede issue. And that was horrible.
I don't think I've ever seen a centipede.
I don't know.
Play that video game? 83?
Well, yeah, I played it, and I participated in one. But
Oh, man, that's ass to mouth, right?
that was in front. I didn't have to do that.
For you. Guys, it's shocking that Iggy's government housing is infested with pests. Thanks, it's the Orson Woods wacko. He is active this morning, so is Mr. Licks, and we might see him. Doug, when they're on the floor together, inevitably, they go.
Very possible,
They go. It's like that Rodman and Karl Malone thing. Was that 97?
I don't know the years, Tim. I don't know.
98. If I saw a spider, I'd try to seduce it. That's from show ombudsman Brian Henshin. Little Tommy Tribbins is active also, so all the greats are out this morning.
Sure they are.
That Charlotte Hornets joke was legitimately funny. Well done, Jackie. Nice change of pace to have a witty producer comment instead of porn man and hostess boy.
Oh.
Like that's a shot at Pepper and Jeannie.
Wasn't very kind.
What was on Pepper and Jeannie yesterday?
We had a fire epi.
Fire epi?
Fire epi. What does that mean?
I don't remember what we talked about.
It was a good episode, yeah, about bushes and you know the changing from the 60s, 70s, 80s, what's popular now to what then. Kind of an 80s revival was coming back with more of the trimmed up triangle fur.
Oh, don't say fur.
Kind of making a comeback. So.
Like that does sound like a fire epi.
Don't say fur.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, so we gave it to Mr. Licks. If he didn't like
You went after Mr. Licks a little.
Well, kind of subtly, and in the notes, I kind of bash him. But yeah, it was a good episode. We talked about just, what we're into, how much more care the female has to do as opposed to the male.
Now, can they use the manscaping tools you talk about?
Good question. Nice question.
Yeah, I mean, for females who do shave regularly, usually it doesn't get to that tuft region to where you would need one. Usually it's just, the Bics or the Schick razors in the shower.
Women don't
Doug
have
just set you up for the J, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad because we kind of, Manscaped was kind of the topic for yesterday about bushes.
Oh, is that right?
How you shave them. You can even have, we were talking about, you can even have a good amount of pubis, but you need
Don't say pubis.
You don't need to have it like, mangy. You can clean it up. So that's the great thing about Manscaped. There are different attachments to your Lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah.
So, you can go really right to the brim, or you can leave a little fluff.
What is the brim?
Oh, your skin right there, right before the penis. But yeah, get the Lawnmower 4.0 out. Do your thing. We were talking about, some people do like, creating different shapes and, maybe a star, maybe an arrow down, something cute and funny like that. You can do that with the Manscaped. But really what is the best is the crop shaver.
Is it?
The underneath the sack has always been a difficult issue for me to deal with. Had a lot of nicks and cuts back in my day. But using the crop shaver and the exfoliating gel, you get right there nice and easy.
Okay, enough of that noise.
So, it's getting hot. It's really bush season. So you want to try to tame the mane, and, you can do that with Manscaped. So go to manscaped.com. You can get 20% off and free shipping on all of your great products. They have boxers as well. So, yeah, just go to manscaped.com, type in TMA as the promo code.
Yeah.
You get 20% off and free shipping, Doug.
Why is this bush season?
Flip that off.
You said this is bush season.
That's kind of what they emailed me, and I love their emails that they send to me like every couple weeks and give me updates because their copy is absolutely gold. Like, it's an absolute gold mine.
Okay. I think it's Trivia Night season because in 15 days, Jack, we're going to be at St. Gabriel's for TMA Trivia Night with Friends of Kids with Cancer. All of your urban chestnut will be included. All of your salt and smoke will be included, and all of your Uncle Leo's pizza will be included. It is Saturday, July 23rd at St. Gabriel's. Get your tickets, whether you want one ticket, whether you want two tickets, whether you want three tickets, or a whole table of 8 at tmastl.com. It's TMA Trivia Night at tmastl.com. Doug, could you tell the people about Bertarelli Cutlery? Because we have the cuts of the week coming up at 9:30. 9:30, Jack.
Well, yeah. It's always mullet season. I don't know if it's bush season, but it's always mullet season at Bertarelli Cutlery. That's because it's business in front and party in the back at Bertarelli. You can swing down to the hill and check out the showroom in the front, where they have all the best kitchen knives available, including those brand new Wusthof Performance line of knives. They also have the Infidel by Benchmade knife. And then you head to the back where the real party begins, and that's where they're singing Chop Chop Cheeky. Back there, they will sharpen your kitchen knives as well as the knives for many of the great St. Louis area restaurants and have those knives slicing like the dickens. So if you have a drawer full of knives, you're thinking they're old, they're dull, you can't use them very well, take them to Bertarelli and you'll feel like you got brand new knives. Let the party begin with Bertarelli. Check them out at 1927 Marconi Avenue or give them a call. Here comes the phone number now.
What is it?
314-664-4005 or visit them online at bertarellico.com. They also have some office paper supplies. They've got to-go boxes and containers, and they will ship nationwide. Longest running sponsor we have on our Mount Rushmore sponsors, that's Marco Bertarelli at bertarellico.com.
There it is. Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the week coming up at 9:30. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming your way at 9:45. Design Air. If you run into any air conditioning problems whatsoever, go to designairservice.com. I'm a client. Doug's a client. Doug, they were at your house last week. Is that right?
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Oh, just a little checkup.
Got to tune that thing up, bro.
Yeah, and then they go outside in the yard where the air conditioner is and take the cover off that and clean it up a little bit. And boy, it just runs like a top. It runs perfectly well.
Design Air, Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of TMA and the sponsor of our email of the day. Send yours in at Design Air Heating and Cooling the morning after at InsideSTL.com, DesignAirService.com. You click on the Book Now tab and you have a service tech working with you immediately. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack has answered the question as to what position Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack's wife prefers. And he says face down, ass up, so she can play Hey Diddle Diddle Also, nice spider talk, boys. That's from Scott's Wrinkle Ballsack.
Okay. It seems like a private question he was asked. We didn't really
Well,
expect him to
he
answer.
wanted to share. Iggy, your thoughts?
I'm picturing it.
Okay.
Etched in my mind.
Don't say etched.
It's hot.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, my understanding is Hey Diddle Diddle is important for A-play. I remember Julianne telling me that at the Hustler Club in 2006.
Julie Andrews?
No. Julia Ann. She was the probably lesser-known part of Blondage. Iggy, you know who her partner was?
Janine?
That's correct. Iggy, of course, tried to get Janine on the show, Doug, but she was dealing with some sciatica in the woods in Oregon.
Couldn't get Wi-Fi up there.
Had to walk up a trail. I guess, to get signal.
Yeah, she wasn't happy when she texted me. She says, I can't get Wi-Fi. I said, well, you just texted me. Something has to work.
She was on 4G.
Yeah, you came over the top on that. What was her response?
She goes, well,
my back hurts.
I'm way out in the woods. I would have to come way back out in the woods again to call you. I said, well, whatever.
Chubbs Peterson wants to know if he can call in. Sure, 636-9004-TMA. I'm kind of a Mr. Licks guy right now.
All right.
636-9004-TMA. Yeah, I was having. Oh, Doug, I think it was 2006. Hustler Club, maybe 3 or 4 in the morning.
Sounds classy. It's a good classy way to begin a
Well,
story.
it was an old money gathering.
Yeah.
And was talking with Julia Ann. And for whatever reason, she was discussing a new movie she had coming out. I believe she was shooting a DP. And I could be wrong on that. And Tommy Gunn was the one who was going to go in her birthday place. And she said, yeah, it's so important that you, essentially what Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack said, play Hey Diddle Diddle. And,
what does that mean?
You just service yourself.
Oh.
Is that different than Stingray? Did somebody else come in and do a meow?
No, that's the same.
That's the same.
Yeah, it's 2 versions. One's a little softer.
There are 2 different meows?
Yeah.
Well, I never knew that.
One.
Did you ever know that?
No.
I didn't know what that meant.
Iggy's busy showing Doug pictures or something.
No, I was showing him
phone numbers.
Julianne's number.
You're just showing me your phone number?
Yeah.
Because you had it in your contacts, and you were kind of proud of that, was it?
Well, just let you know that I have most of the porn stars, the big porn stars on my phone.
Okay.
She never returns the text.
I have a great snowblower.
I didn't know what diddle meant. Hey, diddle diddle.
Right.
Now I put when it says I'm diddling myself. Now I get it.
Easy.
I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. So,
Can I give you my starting lineup?
No.
So now I am picturing that.
Don't picture it. Don't have it etched in your mind.
Well, he really is. I can tell he is picturing it.
Doug, how hot is it to be sitting next to Iggy while he pictures this?
Yeah.
It's not real hot. Not that hot.
Well, what do you want me to do? I mean, Scott's sending these in like we're not supposed to think about it?
No.
Think about it. I always say think about it.
Yeah, think about it. And I am.
Stop thinking about it.
I can't.
I saw something yesterday I hadn't seen before. Just to slightly veer off the subject. It was at the Brentwood Promenade, that shopping area on Highway 40 by Brentwood.
Hell's Waiting Room.
Hell's Waiting Room?
That parking lot sucks.
And a girl, like 3 people get out of a car, and one of them is a girl in a bikini,
nice,
barefoot. She walks across the asphalt parking lot that had to be 98 degrees, and then walked into Home Goods in a bikini.
Is that right?
Just did her shopping. Nothing else.
Just a straight bikini.
Yes.
What'd you look like?
Right.
She was cute, 18, 20 years old maybe.
Not to mention her hot body that looks hot in a bikini.
One lady stopped us and said, "Excuse me, is there a pool in that store?" That's what she said.
We ought to have that lady and the girl in the bikini on the show.
Yeah. I had never seen that in a retail store.
Kind of Hoosierish, I think.
Is it?
I would say.
But if we were in Florida or California, Southern California, would we consider it that way?
I've never seen it there either.
Depends where. If you're like down on the
try to
pier.
picture if I can.
Maybe if you're on a store along the beach, sometimes they have restaurants.
What about Miami?
Store? I never saw it there.
South Beach, baby, South Beach.
Well, again, on the beach is one thing, but in the middle of a shopping area and
Brentwood's got some coastline.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the coastline? That that pond by Iggy's old house?
The Brentwood Forest Pond.
Yeah, the Brentwood Forest Pond.
Freeport
I guess
Lake.
that's it. Maybe that's where she was swimming. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. You just don't go into the middle of a shopping center and walk in with a bikini on and no shoes.
Doug, she probably just got off the Bang bus. Thanks, it's America, the Central West End.
I don't know, but I had never seen that before.
I saw it once at Forest Park Golf Course. A lady played in a bikini.
Really?
Well, I think that's okay.
Well, she was pushing 70, so.
Oh, at least she's outside.
I had to tell her, ma'am, cover up a little.
You did?
Did you tell her to cover up or lose 40 years?
Would you have told her that if she were 22?
I don't have to answer that.
That'd be a fun tick check.
Age discrimination.
Guys, that was a weird Julia Ann flex that segued into a hijacking, or was it vice versa? Either way, pipe down, you bacon-wrapped eggplant fillet. From show ombudsman Brian Henson. He also writes for the Indianapolis Star.
Eggplant fillet?
Now, none of that makes sense because...
Can you fillet an eggplant?
Well, there's no bones in it, so...
Well, you
And
have
you're
a
not
filet
wrapping-
mignon. There's no bones in that.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as an eggplant fillet.
Well, that's what I was asking.
And
if
you're
you
not
could.
wrapping bacon around eggplant.
You
I don't know
don't
what you're eating down there and wherever the hell you are now.
And then I'll videotape me boning the fish.
I didn't hijack anything.
Guys, I was planning on wearing my bikini to the trivia night. Now I'm having second thoughts. That's from Minute Bowl eligible.
Okay. No, we would encourage the walruses to do that.
Bad boys. Jackson, at the trivia night, you get all of your urban chestnut. Tell the people about it.
Oh, urban chestnut's so good. You know, while I've been playing golf recently at Illinois course or wherever I am, they almost always have like Urban Underdog, and I always get an Urban Underdog lime, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and just enjoy them on the golf course. It's a great golf course beer. It's super refreshing. It tastes like a beer that already has a lime in it. It's absolutely delicious. But it's Friday, so it's time for the Urban Underdog play of the week. I know you guys are all tired of the Cardinals losing. I know I am. And it's time to get right. After a game like last night, let's get right. Let's come back home against the Phillies, who we already saw just a series ago. And I think that it's time to get right. And with the ace on the mound tonight, I like a little play here. It's a little prop play. Adam Wainwright to record the win at plus 220. Adam Wainwright to record the win at plus 220. I know Zach Wheeler's good, but I think it's going to be a great night. You know, you're going to Busch, you're just hanging out with your friends on a nice night on the patio, watching the Cardinal game. Put a little action on Adam Wainwright to win. It's a good value at plus 220, and while you're doing it, enjoy some Urban Underdog. You get the Urban Underdog Pale Ale. It's real hoppy, it's real citrusy, it's delicious. The Urban Underdog American Lager, super crisp, super refreshing, and of course, what I mentioned earlier, the Urban Underdog Lime, the perfect summer beer. Available anywhere quality local beers are sold. That's Urban Chestnut Brewing Company.
It is, and Urban Chestnut will be at St. Gabriel's on July 23rd for our trivia night, partnering with Friends of Kids with Cancer for the first ever TMA Trivia Night. Get your tickets. It includes all your Salt and Smoke, all your Uncle Leo's Pizza, toasted ravioli, and Urban Underdog, Urban Chestnut at St. Gabriel's, TMASTL.com. Speaking of Salt and Smoke, how do you do? Brisket, 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 chick-a-deedle, chick-a-deedle, burnt and toasted raviolis. Salt and Smoke BBQ.com. The food is incredible. And, of course, they have locations all over the St. Louis area now as Tom is growing that business. Of course, Ballpark Village, Delmar Loop, South City on Hampton, CWE, and St. Charles. They do their best to bring you the best, and you can stop into the Ballpark Village location before and after the games while the Cardinals have this homestand, long homestand now, or enjoy the game from their outdoor patio. Become besties with Salt and Smoke. It's saltandsmokebbq.com. That's Salt and Smoke, and they can ship meat anywhere that you would like to have the meat shipped to enjoy it getting shipped right into your bad mouth hole.
Did you know Tom before he started Salt and Smoke?
I did not. We, of course, since we own businesses, went to St. Louis U High. I guess that's kind of implied, though. And I think he's 3 years younger than me.
Yeah. I just remember him. He had 2 places before he opened Salt and Smoke, and he used to come into the Woman, 1380 The Woman, and bring some food in from his other restaurant that he had, and would talk about the restaurant. I forgot the name of the restaurant, though. So that's the first time I met him. That was before Salt and Smoke.
I kind of want to get some Salt and Smoke this weekend. It's a good play.
I had a little brisket left over last night, Bill. Little brisket left over last night, Bill.
So good.
Hey, Tim, serious text. Wifey and I keep an Excel spreadsheet with pivot tables on length and girth of our friends that like to come over and play. Anyway, have no fear. You're still in the top cell, and second isn't even close. But you want to know who snuck into the top 10 last weekend? Look out for that Matt Rocchio. They hooked up at Tower T, and boy, is he sneaky hung.
Oh.
Thanks, that's a recovering alcoholic from Belleville.
He lives right by Tower T. That could be true.
Doug, do you consider him sneaky hung?
I don't know. I know he plays a good tuba. He's been in a marching band for years.
He listens to the show. When I walk into Balloon Party, and we usually have, God, I would say at least 15 seconds to really have a nice conversation in between the two shows. And I guess he goes back and podcasts the show.
Oh, he does.
And then I'll talk it over with Randy Character. He'll say, "What'd you guys talk about this morning on DMA?" And honestly, nonsense.
Yeah,
you guys
people
had
ask
Adam
me
Wainwright
sometimes,
and
people say,
Doug
"What'd
Armstrong
you
on?"
talk about this morning?" I say, "I don't know. It's the same shows every day."
I really don't.
I don't know what we talked about.
I found out yesterday that Michelle Smallman has never heard the show. She told me
She's
that.
just like most people in San Jose.
I'd say 99.4% of the population.
She works at the same time.
It was maybe the worst question ever asked in an elevator.
I was about to say, how did you guys cross paths?
Well, I see her almost every morning, but she happened to be, I guess she parked downstairs, and I was going down to 1 or whatever coming up.
I thought you always were in the elevator with the service guy who hates the fountain.
Yeah, well, we see him walking around with that scowl on his face. But I got in the elevator, and she was going up the 2, and this was yesterday, and I go, "Good morning." She goes, "Morning." I said, "Scallop." I had Doug's scallops.
Doug has a nice play.
And I said, "Scallop?" She goes, "A little early."
It's like you're offering her a red vine.
She goes, "They look good." I go, "No, I just bring them in for Doug every Thursday." "Well, I didn't know you like to cook." I said, "Yeah, we on the show." She goes, "I'd never heard the show." So.
Well, that's reasonable, isn't it?
She's on at the same time. Like, I haven't heard much of the Rizzuto show. Or I haven't heard much of Randy Character and Michelle.
You can't listen to everything.
Well, I used to listen to Riz show all the time on my way to work.
Well, you used to be a radio executive, so you'd have to listen to...
No, yeah, you're an executive producer, sir.
For a while, going down to Florida to try to sign up stations.
Clearing markets.
After she's never heard of Pepper and Genie.
Well, fabulous story, Ken. Please dance with my daughter. I insist. So that's from Arbor Day.
All right.
That's how it happened down there. That's how it happened.
See what she looks like.
Forgot about clearing markets.
Did you ever tell one of the parents that way? I'll see what she looks like when they say, "Won't you dance with my daughter?"
Yeah, she pointed
you said,
her out.
"Well, I'll see what she looks like."
She pointed her out and then introduced me.
And that was enough.
Yeah, she was attractive.
Tim, Randy will be really impressed today when you tell him about today's 7 o'clock hour topic, anal, with my wife. Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrickleball Center.
Oh.
Why don't you text in to Randy and Michelle right now, see if they read it.
A lot of text in there. And as I said, what's going on now is the TMA audience has infiltrated the 101 ESPN text line, because this is a text inbox. Down there, Doug, it's a text line. Who knew? I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Seems
know
like
that.
the same thing to me.
Yeah, I think so.
But here, the listeners have their names, and so I would say about, Jackson, I would say about 9 out of the 10 texts that come into the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox, the name is saved. There, it's just phone numbers, so I don't know whose number is what. Yeah. And there's, a billion of them that come in. And so they are now knowing essentially the tone of the 101 texter, but yet going so over the top that it's kind of believable and yet still asinine. For example, if I'm not mistaken, Jackson changed his Twitter headline picture yesterday. Is that still up, Jackson?
Yeah, here, I'm going to tweet out the picture of it as well.
He blacked out the phone number. One came in, and it said, "Jackson, I love you." And then the very next one was, "F you, Jackson."
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to tweet it out right now from my personal account.
Same number?
No, 2 different numbers. It was literally top to
Jackson
bottom.
doesn't play well in the 618 and 636, according to our research.
Well, the 636 said they loved me, and then the 618 said, "F you, Jackson."
All right.
Yeah. What are you going to do? But that's the kind of energy you want, You never want to get too high, get too low.
I just thank them for listening when I get the crude comments. Then I block them.
Mr. Licks won't be calling in today. I just saw him panhandling at Lindbergh and Manchester. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko, and we're underway. Where's Hugo Posh?
Yeah, I know. Maybe he's on sabbatical.
He was defending the south of Manchester against Mr. Licks, or was it Warson Woods Wacko?
I think it was
Warson Woods Wacko said south of Manchester is the poor area.
Yeah. That's a wide swath that's a big region. There's some people who aren't very poor at all south of Manchester.
I saw a homeless guy up here cleaning up trash today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, right at the intersection of Page and Olive. That light. I guess he was getting ready for the day. He had a big red tarp.
Was it possible he was a street worker?
No, he had a sign that says, homeless, please give money. But before he started asking for money, he saw some trash around him, and he was picking up trash and putting it in a bag. I thought that was kind of nice of him.
Did you give money?
I gave him $1.
Did you? I see those people at so many intersections now. They are all over the place. I do not give them money.
Well, I do if I think they're real.
I don't.
Forcing a Smallman mention and a Learn mention. We are really filling out the Iggy Creepy Bingo card rather early this morning. That's from Larry Thornton.
Well, we happen to be talking about the show down there.
The anger in your voice.
Tim brought up Randy Character and Rockio, and I brought up Michelle. How about that? We all brought up somebody from that show.
I think the recovering alcoholic's the one who brought up Rockio because he says he's sneaky hung.
I don't know that he is.
Yeah, then you talked about Randy, and I said, well,
I just know
I'll bring up Michelle. I offered her a scallop
yesterday. Can lay down a big bass beat. He's got a big blowhole. And he can play the tuba as well as anyone. Probably could play the sousaphone as well. I believe the fingering is the same.
What? Fingering and blowhole?
Yeah, the fingering of a sousaphone and a tuba would be the same, I believe.
Gentle penetration.
What about his embouchure?
Well, I'd have to check it out. I'd have to see it.
I was talking to Rock in the kitchen the other day. We had a nice conversation.
Nice conversation?
Yeah, I just mentioned Rock, too. You want to talk about how creepy that is?
What was this conversation that was so nice?
Just about who he's dating, things like that.
Oh. Uh-huh. Did he ask you who you're dating?
No, I think he would know the answer to that.
I don't know that anyone knows the answer to that but you.
No one.
Oh. Well.
No interest.
You have no interest in dating anyone ever again?
No.
Ever?
No. It's too much work.
There it is, Doug. He's retired. He will have sex, but he just wants to lay there. Guys, I can confirm Rockio is hung. Thanks. That's from Rockio's Guma.
Yeah. Well, he would know.
His Guma.
Swing Haven board member. I mean, all the greats are out here for this Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Fun to see people firing on all cylinders on a Friday. Boys, Mrs. Swing Haven board member prefers to be on her back. It's easier to handle multiple partners that way. Thanks. That's the Swing Haven board member.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
Is
that an MFFFF or is that an MMMMM?
I'm sure that's what it is. Lots
the
of
MMMM?
M's. Lots of M's, very few F's.
Is that right? You think so?
I guess.
For our crowd, sure.
It could be a little of both. I mean, if you are on your back, you would have 2 hands and a mouth available.
Put that off. Snag that audio for a promo.
So it could be.
Maybe for the trivia night.
It could be 5 involved, and it could be 4 other women, 3 other women.
But it won't be. You know it won't be.
I believe the guy now.
Sure you do.
No, I was skeptical for a while, but I went to his side.
With the multiple partners and everything.
Yeah, I don't.
You do. Okay.
Because we know him, we've met him, so I don't think he would lie about that in person.
No.
A lot of people love to lie.
These people that text in there, they're always telling the absolute truth. Everything you hear is the truth.
People love to lie behind a screen, but he came in studio. We met him.
But that doesn't mean he can't still blow smoke up your dress on a text.
He could, but I have a tendency to believe him now.
Okay.
Guys, Rockio is very hung, but only when he is entered with a strappy from a lady friend. That's from Danny Cannon.
Oh.
So vivid, and yet so rewarding.
Will there be high diddle in play there?
Oh, gosh.
That was the right question, though.
It was.
I think it's just something.
I've never been strapped.
I think he was a victim of a trombone accident in one of his band practices. I don't think that really happened to him.
Harrison's brother Master's out. Doug, they're all out.
Okay.
Wrong, Creepazoid. You talk about learning Smallman every morning. That's from Harrison's brother Master.
I do, and it's really creepy, isn't it?
I don't think he talks about Michelle all that often.
That's the first time I mentioned Michelle.
Yeah.
Learn almost every day.
Learn is probably 4 out of 5 days minimum, but I don't think Michelle Smallman gets mentioned. Casey from WIL got her first mention, I believe, yesterday with the Plowhawk story, which I had not heard, and is a wonderful, wonderful tale.
I mean, that's as good as it gets.
Did he tell it on the air? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
You were
gone.
Oh, one of my many late for breaks.
You were on vacation.
Yeah, that may end after today. If I lose today, I got to come in on time all next week.
What are the stakes today?
If I win 200, if I lose, I got to come in. I got to be on time for every break for next week.
And you both are 18 handicaps. Is that the deal?
Yeah, well, you can see mine. I don't know what he is. He said he was a 19.
Didn't he send you his handicap index?
Yeah, I didn't really look at him. It was
How hard would this be for you to comply?
It was a GIMP, wasn't it?
Doug, was that on the Grin app?
The GIMP?
No.
I trust him. We'll have fun. Now, if he goes out and pars the first 6 holes, there's going to be
hell to pay.
Hell to pay.
Why? He just plays well. He's
Well, a
in real
19
trouble?
doesn't or par the first 6 holes.
So he should purposely play poorly?
I don't know. People, God forbid, people do that, right, Tim?
What's that? Sandbagging?
Yeah, play 5 or 6 bad matches in a row before you know you're going to play a match.
Well, you've parred 4 or 5 holes in a row, haven't you?
I don't know. Well,
Well,
I'll make 4,
it's
5, 6
possible.
pars in a round, but I don't think I've ever had 4 or 5 in a row.
Huh? All right.
Well, I'm an 18 handicap.
Yeah, but you can still have a good day. You play enough that you could put a good day together.
A good day for me is a couple of pars and a couple of bogeys in a row. We'll see, but that's the bet. I either get
Doug, are
money.
you going to go out there and watch?
No, I have no plans to watch it. Will it be hard for you to comply if he beats you?
No. I mean, I have no choice. I lost a bet, so I'll have to go down with Plowsy when he goes to the break and come back up with Plowsy, because I know it won't be late because we can't start until Plowsy's behind the board. So I'll just have to, be Plowsy's shadow for a week.
Okay.
I'd rather have my fingernails pulled out in a Chinese prison than hear one recap of Ken's stupid match today. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
Well, when we make that bet, I'll play you in golf, and if you lose, I get to pull your fingernails out.
Wow.
Put your golf where
Got a
your
lot of
mouth
upside
is.
there.
Yeah, what are you giving up?
I won't tell stories about my golf match anymore, so that's what he wants.
It's like a square deal.
He's the one who brought it up. He'd rather have his fingernails pulled out than hear the story.
That's fair.
So there's the bet.
What tool would you use to pull out a gentleman's fingernails? Needle nose pliers?
Probably. Or maybe, what do you call it when you lock it in?
Vice grips?
Vice grips, maybe. I'd watch a couple of mob movies and figure it out.
Well, Harrison's brother Master wants to bet. You're absolutely horrendous at golf. I'd like to place a wager on the other guy. I don't know if you're taking any bets, Iggy. That's Harrison's brother Master.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you have Cletus's number? Cletus will bet you. Cletus will take any action you want. So send Cletus a message on Facebook and say, you want the other guy. What do you want to bet? And Cletus will bet you.
Okay.
I think he wants you to bet him, not Cletus.
Well, he just thinks I'm going to lose. So if you think I'm going to lose and you want to bet, call Cletus. I don't know you from Adam. I may never see the money.
Well, he doesn't know Cletus from Adam.
Everybody knows Cletus.
No, they don't.
He
No, they
still
don't.
thinks.
Well, I'm vouching
listen
for
to the
Cletus.
show.
If I would lose and Cletus doesn't pay, I'll pay you. But Cletus will pay you. But I'm not gonna
Cletus has to pay if you lose.
Cletus likes action. Cletus wants all kinds of
Well,
action.
what does he get if you win?
I don't know. You didn't say that. Well, I guess it's just straight up bet. Whatever you bet, $500. If I win, Cletus gets $500. If I lose, Cletus gives you $500.
Warson Woods Wacko is in now. There's a lot of wagers coming in.
Brother.
Bet made, loser, Algonquin tomorrow morning. We'll even let the little virgin come caddy and shoo away the murder hornets. Warson Woods Wacko. You got Algonquin tomorrow out of that. It's a nice play.
He's a fun
You just
guy to
won.
play with, too.
I don't know you. I don't know your handicap. Is this the guy that belongs to medalist too?
Go and take your whooping.
Yeah, I don't usually play 2 days in a row.
You got a lot of rules.
They're not rules. Other than a member guest, I can't tell you the last time I played 2 days in a row.
I think you're one of the very few who agree to play Normandy but turn down Algonquin.
Well, look who I have to play with.
He's
Orson
fine.
Wacko.
He's good. He's a good guy.
Really? Didn't sound like it. Look, I will play with just complete strangers. Don't matter to me.
So do you say it don't, or
it doesn't matter to me?
It don't matter to me.
It
Jackson and I
doesn't.
did an Instagram this morning, me talking about this match and how I'm a man of the people. I'll play with strangers. I'll play with random listeners.
As big a star as you are, you'll still play with people you don't know?
Yes, I'll attempt to have failed threesomes with listeners.
Is that right?
I didn't think it failed.
Oh, it failed, trust me.
Oh,
wow, Doug.
Want the puke at the sink. That's a failure.
Oh.
But I'm like that. I'll play golf with you. I'm a man of the people.
Orson Wacko, very active now, Doug. Maybe even Banty. You know, idiot. I only give a ton of money to Megan Meyer Foundation every year. It's from the Orson Wacko.
Oh.
Well, I don't know your real. If I knew your real name, I know. I get so confused with all the different names of people.
Can confirm. 3 Dubs gives a lot.
Doug 3 Dubs.
Anytime we would do something for like the Megan Meyer, he would send handsome amount of money.
Yeah, he's a really nice
Thank you for that. If you donate, you use your real name. Tina doesn't tell me we got a donation from the Orson Wacko.
That would be
so
hilarious.
if I know your real names,
That's
I
on
know
Tina.
that.
Now she owes you money.
Yeah, Tina.
Now, Doug, Alex at the bank is not happy, and unfortunately, what was a very erotic first half of the Munganess 7 o'clock hour has turned hostile.
It seems to.
Alex at the bank says, "Who the F is Cletus? Iggy talks as if we should know this rando." That's from Alex, and he's at the bank.
Do you listen to the show?
Alex, do you listen to the
I
show?
mean, if you listen to the show, you know who Cletus is. I mean, come on.
Well, there's probably a lot of people that listen to the show have no idea who Cletus is, except maybe a guy who golfs.
Well, this guy obviously golfs. You want to make a bet on golf?
Alex at the bank has not been wagering. Orson Wacko is interested in a wager. Harrison's brother Master is interested in a wager. So people are looking to bet, I guess, on the ill side. I don't know.
All right. Now the guy from the bank, you have
Alex.
nothing to do with his bet. So why do you care if you know Cletus or not? You're not betting. Oh, God.
There's just so much hostility.
Kansas City Gray Sexuals tracking Iggy's vacation time and says, "Hey, guys, after adding his 2-minute coffee break refill during the show today in the 7 o'clock hour, Iggy's vacation ledger currently stands at 31 minutes for a 4-day week, not yet including the 2 breaks today." Thanks. That's from the Kansas City Gray Sexuals.
Man.
Well, I went out and got my coffee when Doug was talking about one of my favorite sponsors, and I used the knives from Bertarelli.
Nice.
So I used their knives on Wednesday.
What were you chopping up in there?
Some mushrooms and onions for my steak and some romaine for my Caesar salad.
Just in the break here when you stepped away?
No, I went out and got coffee during Bertarelli's spot.
Yeah.
And I know all about Bertarelli. I use Bertarelli. I know Marco. I love Marco. Love the whole Bertarelli family.
Yeah.
So it would be a good time to go get it, my coffee, because I'm a big fan and I use Bertarelli. So
Okay.
I didn't need to hear you.
I thought you were chopping up stuff in the kitchen there.
No, Wednesday. I use the knives every Wednesday. I use the Wusthoffs every Wednesday.
Do you?
I couldn't do the show. I couldn't do the cooking show at the Wusthoff. You try to cut a piece of fish with some butter knife.
You can't do that.
You rip the skin apart. You rip the meat apart.
We'll close out our Munganess St. Louis Acura and Toyota 7 o'clock hour as we broadcast from the Michelob Ultra Studios this weekend. If you were going to be out playing, Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs as I stare at the lovely sign here in our Michelob Ultra Studios. And Michelob Ultra also the sponsor of the 2022 TMA Fan Page Club Championship. Doug, the Final Four is set. Mike Sudduth will be playing the Loomster, and Guy, Cletus's son, will be playing Chris Heck. Chris Heck's distance, Doug, has gotten St. Louis talking.
Has it?
It is fun to see, and that'll be a wonderful matchup. If you had to pick, who'd you pick when you originally filled out your bracket?
I didn't fill out a bracket because I really don't care much what happens there.
I had you win, and you screwed me by
Oh, of course you
forfeiting.
did. Of course you did. I had you winning too, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you for the delicious support. God, I don't know what I would. I don't know Mike Sudduth's game. I don't know the Loomster's game. I've played with Guy and I've played with Chris Heck. I only played with Chris Heck the one time when he was bombing with the Plowhawk.
I got to go with Guy. The way he's been playing lately, he's been shooting under par to par almost every round he plays.
Yeah. Even with the pops he's going to be given.
Yeah.
He'll be given some pops if he gets past Chris Heck in the championship. Both double-digit handicaps, I believe. The Loomster's like a 12, and Mike Suddeth's like a 9 or 10, 11.
Well, he had to give Ann Peg 8. And
Did he really?
I believe 8, 6 or 8, one of the two.
6-8, run him 8.
But he still won fairly handily.
Handle my hog. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see. Then I don't know. Sudeth, you going to be happy when I write your name up there and I put forfeit in parentheses next to you?
It's not his fault.
I know. You don't like to take a match like that.
He offered to... I DM'd him and I said, hey, man, just so you know, I'm not going to be able to play. And he said, if you change your mind and want to use your discretion as boss and parking lot owner, let me know. We can play next week. But the rules are the rules. Like you know what I say?
What about the rules?
Rules is rules.
Rules is rules. I'm sure everybody would bend them for...
Rules are made to be
broken.
broken.
That's not...
Well, that's records.
That's it. Can't do that. I abide by the same rules as everybody else. I was supposed to have a match yesterday, and then it got moved back to this weekend. And so that's why Jackson and I wound up playing. I texted the boys. I know you're not playing right now, Doug.
No.
Iggy and the Plowhawk. But it was like short notice, like an hour's worth of notice.
Yeah, just throw laundry in. And if it had been earlier, I didn't start laundry, but I had them in the washing machine. But thank you for the offer. That would be fun. Better than,
Plowhawk
more
was
fun than
having
doing laundry, I'm sure.
Plowhawk was having a bowel situation.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Colon tingling.
Oh, no. That worked itself out?
I think I said I was making mud pies tableside in the bathroom.
Tableside? There were no tables in there.
It was rough.
Lincoln Log Flambe.
Were you still here at the station when I texted you that?
No, I had to go. Like I had to be in a personal bathroom.
Home base.
Well, for one, like the amount of time that I'm in there at one time, and also going back and forth every 5 minutes would look weird, and the smell and
you already wrecked that one once.
Yeah, before Pepper and Genie just absolutely destroyed.
Oh, you got it after TMA and before Pepper and Genie?
Yeah,
was anybody standing out there waiting when you exited?
No, but it had a lot of range.
Oh, no.
Range.
So
No.
The kitchen got some shrapnel.
No. Why don't you use the other one?
Seriously, why do you keep using the Solo?
Bro.
You don't want anybody else. You don't want anybody else walking in while you're doing that.
Yeah, the noise. I can't have anybody listen
What
to me.
sort of noises?
Well, I mean, it's like a splatter pattern.
Splatter pattern.
You ever seen Deuce Bigelow?
Oh, the American
Male Gigolo.
Yeah.
His dad's in the bathroom cleaning up. You ever hear that sound?
Well, I forgot it. I don't need to hear it again, I guess.
Yeah, so got the bathroom once. I felt like that was enough.
Would you feel better today?
Feel a little better today, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Maybe it's all that junk food you eat.
I think it was the dinner I had the night before.
What was your dinner, bro?
Marie Callender's got you again?
I forgot exactly what it was, but did not sit well that night. And then I ate ice cream right before bed, so that might have been it, too.
Yeah, well, ice cream probably not.
It's nothing worse than having to take a deuce on the golf course.
Oh, that's bad.
Shouldn't come up. Shouldn't ever come up.
Oh,
well,
Make yourself regular.
Yesterday's a perfect example. Blasey was having trouble with his bowels. If he didn't went out and play golf, there's a chance he could have been on a hold and had to take a dump.
I think I would have been more comfortable at Normandy going in the woods, but at Westboro, there's not a lot of places where a guy can just take a massive dump.
Oh, gosh.
Jackson and I had the place to ourselves yesterday.
Yeah, like 3.5 hour round.
Why is that? Too hot for everybody?
I guess. Yeah, we flew. Jameson was out there just pissing on every tree. He's very comfortable now. Very comfortable.
Oh.
Jackson, Doug, some nice ball striking yesterday. Probably not happy with his score.
You shooting another 75?
No. Ball it's the long irons really get me. Wedge game was good, though. Tossing wedges around real nice.
You like that, Doug? Tossing wedges around?
I don't care for it,
no, I had some issues. Usually so much better off the tee as well. Had some issues off the tee.
Well, it's a tight track.
Yeah. There's not much room for error, but I got to be better. But it's all right. I needed that higher score to get my handicap back to where it should be.
I probably won't count on your handicap. It'll just be tossed out.
Yeah,
Your 8 best are the only ones that count.
I know.
I don't know how Grant handles it. Grit might only count your worst.
Yeah, they count your worst. 72, 106.
Seems like they should count all your scores and average them.
Well, the handicap is supposed to be like what you can shoot, right? That's the idea of the handicap index, is to measure what you can shoot, so people don't get, slapped in the face with your best round of your life, and then they're giving you a ton of pop.
I think it should be what you normally shoot instead of what you can shoot. I mean, people can shoot even par.
People know what I shoot.
We're not talking about you right this second.
Doug's had enough.
Just for this 5 seconds, we're not
15
talking
years,
about
he's
you.
finally lost it.
Seems to me a handicap ought to be a judge of what you normally shoot.
But how do you know what you normally shoot?
If you're not even a very good golfer, there's times you're going to shoot par, so you can shoot a par. So is your handicap scratch? Doesn't make any sense.
That's not what you usually shoot, but that you did have a good round, so I'm just going through my scores.
Yeah, let's get back to you.
No, I'm going to ask you.
We went a few seconds there where we weren't talking
here's
about
my
you.
last,
By all means, let's get back to you.
Here's my last 6 scores. What should I usually shoot?
Okay.
92, 95, 96, 92, 90, 102. What do I usually shoot?
Well, average it, and I'll tell you about what you should shoot.
All right, you're going to average that.
Course
but if
by
I shoot
course. I
but
mean,
if
some
I
of
shoot
those from
70,
Westboro, it's a par 68. So
these are all Normandy, I think. All right, but say I shoot a 72. So you average it in, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're taking that 72 and using it. You should say, this shouldn't use that. You should what you usually shoot. But you're telling me to average all these scores.
But they're saying it's only the 8 best scores you have. What about 8 horrible scores you have? You can do that too.
That's usually what's happening. But if you throw in a, say your last 6 scores are an 82, 91, 81, 96.
He's not saying the last 8. You're saying the best 8, right?
That's how it's calculated.
The best 8.
Of your last 20 scores, the 8 that were your best, and it's not necessarily even the score, it's the difference relative to the course's slope and rating. So a 75 at Normandy is going to be different than a 75
right.
at Old Warsaw.
That's fair. Right. But it just seems like to me, it seems like it ought to be about what you normally shoot should be your handicap, not what you could possibly shoot.
Like,
I guess that is done. I don't know. I'm sure somebody who's listening who actually is a legitimately good player could answer this question, or a historian on it. I would think it's done because, I think it's really there more for it than anything. It probably wasn't originally done for gambling, but now it's for gambling. I mean, certainly I think you have to be a 2 or better to play in those U.S. Open qualifiers and other events of that caliber. But I think it's done like if you're playing in an event, then I'm just going to go out and I'm going to post a 95 or something like that so I can sandbag. And that way those are tossed out. I don't know. I could be off on that. Maybe somebody knows the answer. Hell, I don't know.
I don't know. If you're out intentionally shooting bad to raise your handicap, then that's you got whole other issues.
Oh, well, that goes on.
It happens.
Period.
What kind of a numbskull would do that?
Oh, wow.
Gee, I sure hope I shoot a bad score.
That's sandbagging.
Well, then that's dishonesty.
It is.
And the whole game is built around honesty and integrity.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. That's why, at this point, I prefer to play gross events. And by that I mean events where you don't have that kind of stuff. You're not exposed to it. Now, I'm going to be playing against guys who are a billion times better than me, but there's not going to be any crap. So that's a real form of competition. Winning a net event is, whatever. Doug, I'm an 8 handicap. I've played golf my entire life, and I've never shot par. The best 8 scores is the best method. Thanks. That's from Monsignor Grundle. So he's a parish priest.
Knock it off, Grundle. You shouldn't have time to play. Why don't you take care of your parish?
A lot of time to play.
You ever visit anyone in the hospital there, Grundle?
Say a couple masses, you're done for the day. Maybe confession that day. I don't know.
Let's see. Grant calculates the exact same way. The continued ignorance of the dais on Grant epitomizes America right now. From Tervis Parish.
Well, that could be.
Maybe the word USGA is not in there, so we make fun of Gint.
Bailey's and Grint. 2 of our favorites.
Yeah. It sounds like a drink at a bar.
Yeah, Bailey's and Grint.
Bailey's and Grint, please.
I can't wait to see Ken shoot a tiny little 104 today. That's from the Hillsider.
It's always a chance. Anyone playing today?
What's up?
Is that who I'm playing?
Hillsider.
Hillsider?
Well, you have so many matches with listers, you
Yeah, I
can't
know.
keep track.
Because you're a man of the people. As enormous a star as you are, you will still go out and play golf with people.
I shot 102 the other day, last week. That's after hitting the ball so well, and then went and shot 102.
Doug is 100% correct. That's from the total package. I don't know about what.
Oh, well.
Again, they just, they don't mention what they're talking about. Just
No. All right. I just wish Grundle would pay more attention to the people that he's supposed to serve, and less attention to his golf.
How do you know he didn't say a couple masses to do confession, went and visited people at the hospital, then played at like 3 o'clock?
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all.
Your scores on Grint flow into your USGA handicap, you broiled hot dog face. Doug, that's Tervis Parrish, who loves the Grint.
Broiled hot dog face.
Yeah, they're running out of adjectives.
What's the one that bothered you the most?
None of them really bother me.
How about Crypt Keeper?
No. Wouldn't be a bad job.
Pumpkin Man?
No.
Catcher's mitt?
Heard that before.
Guys, I went to Katie's Pizza Patio last night. Jesus, the crowd by Warson Woods is rough. Thanks, Mr. Licks.
Oh, it's right there in Rock Hill, right?
I've been on that patio. There's nothing
Isn't that
wrong
Rock
with that
Hill?
patio. I saw a lot of beautiful people there.
That stretch of Manchester is like 8 different municipalities in like a 1 mile stretch.
Yeah,
You go
and they're working on the road right now, too. It's just a mess. They're
You
working
go
on the drainage system.
Brentwood, Rock Hill, Glendale, and then
Orson
Kirkwood.
Woods.
Yeah, Orson Woods and Kirkwood, all in like a
Kirkwood.
one little stretch. Then you right into De Pere, feeds right into De Pere.
Dewey Oxberger wants us to block Tervis Parrish. Man, this Tervis Parrish is a Grint guy now to top off his awful live golf takes. Might be time to block this guy. It's from Dewey Oxberger.
Oh, John Candy in stripes.
Yep.
Good.
Maybe they should have called him Dork.
I think when John Candy got off the bus right there first day at boot camp, he saw some officer and he called him Eisenhower. He was immediately in trouble.
Who's favorite John Candy movie?
Maybe that one. Maybe that one for me, Stripes.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because he was funny and kind of dramatic.
Yeah, that's a good call. I really like Cool Runnings.
Oh, yeah.
What was his first words in the Stripes? Hey, stewardess, there a movie on this flight?
Yes. I don't know that was the first words, but I don't remember that. Could well have been.
I don't know.
What did he die of? Is a heart attack got him?
John Candy?
Yeah.
Did he die in 93?
It's been a while. He was a young guy still.
Yeah.
John Candy died in 1994, and the cause of death was a heart attack in his sleep. 43 years old.
How old?
43.
Wow, is that it?
Yeah, 43 years old. He had a heart attack. He used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, heavy alcohol use, and use of cocaine.
Yeah, well.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he was very heavy, too.
Yeah, he weighed over 300 pounds at some points of his life, and he has strong family history for all that. And he had severe anxiety and panic attacks as well.
When we lost he and Chris Farley, we lost two of the greats.
Yep.
Candy 94, Farley 97.
Yeah, both guys just hysterically funny.
Orson Woods Wacko has responded to Mr. Licks. I guess Mr. Licks hit Katie's after his shift next door at Wendy's was over.
Katie's is good, though, isn't it? I've heard good things about it.
Oh, the pasta there. They have one pasta there that I love.
Lost Jimmy Kahn yesterday, too.
Yeah.
Santino Corleone, Doug.
And the former prime minister of Japan was assassinated today.
So that too, yeah.
Things are happening. All right, I did say we were going to break about a half hour ago, so let's do it. Let's actually do it. We'll take a break. It'll be about 3 minutes, so don't go anywhere.
I'll see you in 6.
You'll see you in. I'll take the over on that, actually. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
So, you don't have 7 friends who know everything about TMA? Oh, wait, you don't even have 7 friends? That's okay, buddy. Single tickets are now available for TMA Trivia Night. So go buy one and maybe you'll make a few new friends. Get a table of 8 or single tickets now for TMA Trivia Night, July 23rd at St. Gabriel's. Trivia about the morning after, hosted by the morning after. Ticket price includes food from Salt and Smoke, late night food from Uncle Leo's Pizza, and beer from Urban Chestnut. A portion of the proceeds go to Friends of Kids with Cancer. Learn more and make some new friends by getting a single ticket. And we'll try and put you with some people who know about the show. It'll probably be an But whatever, find out more at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Doug Vaughn here, along with the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, we've always known that you're the place to go for mortgage. Now we understand that you're going up into the mountains to sing, to kind of do a Hills Are Alive, Sound of Music type of thing. What in the world's going on?
Big one down in South America. I'm taking a team to climb the tallest mountain in South America, over 20,000 feet. We'll be down there for a while raising money for St. Jude. Really excited for that. Have another one coming in Colorado, raising money for Girls on the Run. And we're always looking for additional ways to raise money for other partners. Come and join us. Learn more today at keepclimbingfoundation.org.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalitas. TMA listeners know that Rosalitas Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalitas is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalitas has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalitas cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalitas.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Nice.
Give me that daddy butter. 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 I'm a slut. I'm a stepdad. I'm a slut. Give me that daddy butter. I'm a stepdad, I'm a slut. Give me that daddy butter. I'm a stepdad, I'm a slut. This is a remake of the original?
Yeah, it's a remake.
Give me that daddy butter. Give me that daddy butter. Give me that, 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 give me that.
Nice hole, Bill.
Tunnels. Nice hole, Bill. Tunnels. Nice hole, Bill. Still a big hit. Tunnels. Nice hole.
Rolling balls. Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. It is our appliance discounters. 8 o'clock hours. We broadcast from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Sullivan, Vaughn, the Plowhawk, and Action Jackson with you here on the show. Iggy is done for the week. He will be back on Monday when we return.
He left his cigarettes here. So is he not smoking, or does he just take one cigarette with him? He doesn't take the whole pack?
He takes one.
Okay.
Is it raining out there, Plowhawk?
Yeah, sprinkling a little bit.
Doug, that'll soften up the greens for your wedges.
Well, yeah. I guess it would. I would have enjoyed a little bit of a heads up to know that it was going to rain, so I could have prepared.
There was just no way.
It could be cards on path. Iggy's going to be pissed. I think he may lose.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. Mark Hanna's on the line, and he wants to break the match down between Iggy and the L-Sider. Good morning, Mark.
Oh.
I'd rather go back to what I'm going to request as being the music that plays for me every time that I come on. That's going to be my intro music, please.
Pretty good.
I got you.
Pretty good.
I thought the original was better. I have to be honest with you. I like the original.
Well, you got to keep the audience wanting more. You got to change it up every now and again.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Well, okay. Hey, the market's bouncing back a little bit.
Sunday charge.
Yeah, a little bit. You see
Can
any
you believe
optimism
it?
from that?
I mean, the way that people were reacting, I thought it was going to go down forever, and we were going to be cast into a lot of losing all of our money, and it was going to be absolute chaos. But wait a minute, it comes back? Who knew that was possible?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
It went down a long ways.
Well, that's what happens, and by having a plan for that, as I keep on saying, knowing that it could happen anytime, it means that you can weather the storm and not panic when it happens. And yeah, it's been a tough one, but happened before. It'll happen again. Who knows how long it'll go? But this sort of reaction, it's very, very normal as things stabilize and people realize that there are values to be had and purchases come in. Could it pull back more from here? Absolutely. Could it go shooting right back up? Well, yeah, that could happen too. There's no way to know that stuff, but what you do know is that you have a plan that as these things happen, you know how you're going to react. You're not going to react to the things in the market. You're going to act on your plan.
There it is. What else could you ask for? Mark Hanna, 314-889-0503. Go online at evergreenstl.com. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Mark, have a wonderful weekend, kind sir.
Great day, gentlemen.
All
right, thank you, Hansy.
Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503. Go online at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna. I also recommend you work with James Carlton at the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. He's my insurance agent. And I made the switch, and I'm thrilled that I did. The number is 314-961-4800, or you can go online at carltoninsurance.net to work with James Carlton and his incredible staff. You call there during the day, you were going to talk to a person right there in his offices at Webster Groves, and they will take care of you quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's James Carlton, 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm, 314-961-4800. It is 8:27 in St. Louis. Our appliance discounter is 8 o'clock hour. It is a Friday, and that means it is time for our drops of the week.
The lever plowsy.
Iggy's Drops of the Week.
The infamous Gentleman's Quarters, which is the only strip art in America attached to a parking lot of a McDonald's.
We can't teach a new dog old tricks or an old dog new tricks.
Can you bone a salmon?
I didn't listen to the last paragraph. What was spicy about it?
Are White Castle fries not talked about enough?
I taste it sometimes.
And you don't know my job title, Sister Pat.
I don't get what is this article?
I want to sleep with at least 10 listeners this weekend. Thanks.
Wow.
Quit worrying about what I do in here.
There goes your vacation time spent smoking.
I saw that picture on the fan page.
My takes aren't researched either.
Well, it's just my take.
Chauvinist pig.
This is actually kind of an interesting discussion. I can't believe this is happening.
Pepper and Genie, is there anything we can do to make that podcast better?
I have a Shakira t-shirt that I wear all the time.
It's my birthday in 3 days.
Do you get in one of those power stances when you're scouting for a new gentleman lover?
This guy is the biggest moron I have ever heard text into the show, and there's a lot of morons that listen to this show.
Hey, there's Doug Vaughn. Look at his chest.
There's not enough attention given to the stepfathers who were founding fathers, I think.
Yeah, we weren't being literal.
Yeah.
God almighty.
Last week, you guys talked about ways to stay cool in the heat.
Ah, yes, balls.
Well, mazel tov nonetheless.
I just can't win on the show. I really can't.
Who's this whining? Well, I'll look for that while I'm looking for the nude beach and Dillian Harper and the friendly confines. So there are attractive women out there looking for catty strain.
Well, I've seen Joshua live, and he's special.
Probably a sandwich with boy yolk on it.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week.
I really feel good about our show.
Yeah. You're still doing the drops, Iggy?
No.
Oh, it said Iggy's Drops of the Week.
Well, that's what it's been called. So.
Hey guys, please add 4 minutes and 30 seconds to Iggy's Vacation Ledger. Iggy's Vacation Ledger current stands at 35 minutes and 30 seconds for a 4-day week, not yet including the second break today. Thanks, Kansas City Gray Sexual.
Well, you're making it up because I know it was much longer than 4.5.
35 minutes. Oh.
No, dock me.
That's quite a bit of time to be out.
That's that off.
Doug Jackson sent this over. Soft boys, my eternal muse. Despite running an Instagram account devoted to them, I find soft boys very difficult to define. As such,
Zach,
I have always... Nope, I own a David. As such, I have always gone to great lengths to avoid doing so when asked, staying willfully evasive about it, dodging the question, always moving, never static, never explicitly giving a definition, taking on the dexterity and niftiness of Tinkerbell, a man who is asked the question, what
is this even about?
Soft boys?
What are we? By the person he's been sleeping with 3 times a week for the last year. Now, however, we are literally inside the definition of a soft boy, part of the book that I have written about soft boys, and basically enough pissing about. Doug, here's the definition of a soft boy.
What is it?
A soft boy is a man, a boy, spelled B-O-I, if you will, who portrays himself as not like the other men.
Oh.
He is more, quote, alternative in how he presents himself, in his opinions, his emotional intelligence, his tastes, his interests, his philosophical beliefs, his G-C-S-E choices. Jackson, what does that mean?
What's that?
G-C-S-E. G-C-S-E.
Buying time right now.
That bought me time to look what it up.
G-C-S-E.
General Certificate of Secondary Education.
Huh. His vinyl collection, his choice of a hairdresser, etc. A true king of culture, the soft boy is not inherently a bad person. This is a critical point to remember as we move through the book. But some soft boys, as we will find out, are just absolute effing the worst. Just by existing, they give all soft boys a bad name. This is largely because of the way they view and treat their sexual or romantic partners. So you see, the word soft boy means many things, and the majority of them are completely harmless to wider society. The term casts a very wide net. If he wears or is even worn Doc Martens, he's a soft boy. If he likes The Cure, soft boy. If he has read any part of Nitschke's Wikipedia page, he is a soft boy. If he quotes Daphne du Maurier at you before telling you that if you sleep with him, you will actually be empowering yourself on a spiritual level and thus furthering the historical women's sexual rights movement, so you should have sex with him only because of feminism, he is a soft boy. If we're being fluid with gender labels, as we all should be, then I would call myself a soft boy. To write a book centered around the theme of soft boys is arguably the most soft boy thing a person can do. There are, however, different distinguishable types of soft boys, some of which we will learn about here.
This goes on.
This guy's a moron.
Well, it's a lady, and her name is Iona David.
First of all, if you're a girl and you're defining guys,
she, her.
But you just said you define what a soft boy is, and then you said a person that does all the opposite is a terrible soft boy. Well, if he did all the opposite, he wouldn't be a soft boy, would he?
Nice.
Who the hell is buying this book anyway? Nobody.
It's some hideous article that Jackson found and he sent just to upset us.
I just liked how they mentioned if you like The Cure, you're a soft boy.
Well, I guess I'm a soft boy.
And you're king of the culture.
But what about then? If you don't like The Cure, then you're a soft boy. You're not a soft boy. So how are you a bad soft boy if you're just the opposite of these people?
Doug, here are the 4 soft boys. The wholesome soft boy. We absolutely effing stan wholesome soft boys. A wholesome soft boy is what everyone should aspire to be. The gold standards of soft boys. They are humble, they are honest, they are pure, and they have good intentions. Obviously, it's not possible for everyone to be perfect all the time. The wholesome soft boy knows this without taking advantage, but also does not produce any red flags. Maybe a couple of yellow or light orange flags at best.
Yeah.
Although on some days it may not seem like it, wholesome soft boys are all around us. They are in the YouTube comment section of a Talking Heads live recording, carefully typing out.
Okay, stop it. I've heard enough. That's enough. Soft boy chatter. This is nonsense. I'm cisgender.
What?
Maybe a sapiosexual. But I don't need to hear about soft boys.
There's not 4 different kinds of soft boys. You just mentioned 4 different types of individuals. Quit making up names to try and sell
character,
a book.
core values, and team first.
But
Those
there'll
would
be
the
a
4
there'll be
pillars.
a ton of twinks buying this book.
That's basically, we're just talking about twinks, right?
Am I a soft boy? I'm going to buy the book.
No one's going to buy the book. Don't worry about
Why
the book
is a girl
sales.
writing a book about dudes?
She had nothing else to do. And thinks she has all the answers.
Jackson, can you type in that book and see how many they sold?
Jackson, do you call some of your friends soft boy?
I think I would technically be a soft boy.
Doug, do you consider Jackson
He's
a
a
soft boy?
transparent boy.
Which one of the 4 types of soft boys?
I like to think of myself as a wholesome soft boy, and not the gatekeeping soft boy or the self-awareness as a weapon soft boy. But I think there's a little bit of all of those in all of us.
Why do you say soft?
Well, I mean, I'm just going by Iona's article talking about, king of cultures and using, kind of, I don't know how to describe it. But I kind of feel like I fit some of these characteristics.
Have you looked at Tchaikovsky's Wikipedia page?
Nitschke's?
Nitschke's?
No, I do like looking at Wikipedia.
Well, I guess I'm a soft boy because when we had Ray Nitschke on, I went to Ray Nitschke's page. I looked at it.
Yeah. Different Nitschke.
Hey guys, this is my favorite. Hey guys, this is my favorite part of the show when Ken shows up late from a break, doesn't listen to the article, and then feeble brain vomits a weird take. Such a soft boy thing to do. That's from Big Tuft.
Listen, dumbass.
Okay.
Tim was doing a live spot when I came in, so the article hadn't started yet. So I was in here when the article started. If you're going to say crap about me, at least be right.
Right, sure.
Guys, John Talty's the king of the soft boys. Thanks, Al Dadeville.
Soft boy just means you're a wuss or something?
No, it means like that, I don't know, that you care about
things.
Sure, but
like most people.
But maybe more esoteric things, like things that aren't necessarily you're not tuned into the WWE later that night. You might be watching or reading a book about some obscure topic, and then you kind of use that in your dating life as your thing that sets you apart is that you know about this thing or that you wear a certain type of clothes. That kind of makes
90% of the population.
Well, not in my age group, I would say. Younger people are typically more similar, and then you become more unique as you grow older.
90% of the population isn't watching WWE.
Well, I mean, that was just an example. Please don't take anything.
All right, but see, that's just it. There's no example of what a soft boy is.
Someone who's an old soul, and they use that as their claim to fame when they're trying to hook up with women. That would be kind of like soft boy. And I feel like I fit some of those criteria.
Oh, do you?
So
You finna see that girl you took to Canetto's last Friday this weekend?
Possibly. You never know.
Bill.
You're a soft boy.
That's fine. Yeah, I think it's accurate.
You gonna try to woo her with your intellect?
Yeah, I might.
And contrarian takes?
Yeah, contrarian takes is another...
is that a soft boy trait?
Yeah, big time.
I wasn't aware of this soft boy thing.
Big time. I haven't heard the term. I hadn't heard the term until I read Iona's wonderful article. But yeah, it fits. I hear where she's coming from.
So if you read this article, you're a soft boy?
Yeah, I guess. Guess we're all soft boys now,
No,
fellas.
don't fall into that trap.
Does this book even exist?
Yeah. It's pictured right here in the article. It's called Is This Love or Dopamine? A Deeply Unofficial Study of Dating in the Digital Age by Iona David.
So the soft boy's not even in the title.
From the creator of @BeamMeUpSoftBoy.
Oh, gosh.
Which has 600,000 followers.
My God.
Couldn't it otherwise be just described as someone who's maybe sensitive?
Sure. Sensitive, caring, but there's many different types, There's some who use it as a weapon. The self-awareness
like
as a weapon soft boy.
Like an anti-Hoosier?
In a sense, yeah.
Guys, I always knew Jackson was a soft boy. I can hear how much he hates America every time he speaks. It's in the 480. That seems like something I'd read in about 90 minutes.
Was that a balloon party? Or is there a crossover of balloon party to TMA now?
Maybe the balloon party people have started to check out HD2.
So I'm not a soft boy because I like The Cure?
No, it said you are a soft boy if you like The Cure.
Whatever.
You're flustered by this.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm trying to answer it, but I don't understand what a soft boy is.
Here's another example. I may be a soft boy because I let great men sleep with my wife, but when I'm dominating Jackson's pale ass, I am indeed a hard boy, Doug. That's the recovering alcoholic.
I'm sorry you had to hear that, Jackson.
From Belleville and Webster Groves.
I'm sorry your parents had to hear it if they listen.
Yeah, they're probably listening right now. They're on vacation.
I've been
What
trying
would
to
they think
figure
when
him
they would
out for
hear
a long
such vile talk?
I've been trying to figure him out for a long time now, but I think I got it down that he never has sex with his own wife. He pawns her off to other people, but then he's gay?
Who is this?
Recovering alcoholic?
I don't know. I haven't given it a lot of thought.
Well, I try to, because he texts in every day with this vile stuff. But he always seems to be pawning his wife off. Everybody else is having sex with his wife except for him, but he's trying to pound Jackson.
I mean, yeah, who can blame him?
Right.
Guys, I still don't know who the F that soft boy Cletus is. The answer I received when I asked is, do I listen to the show? Which seems self-explaining by texting in to the show. Thanks. That's Alex at the bank wanting to know who Cletus is.
Yeah, again, then if you listen to the show, you know who Cletus is.
But explain who he is.
We talk about his girdle all the time. We talk about how he loves to grab guys' junk when they make a birdie. Whenever
That's
we talk
what he
golf,
does, but who is he?
Who cares?
Well, don't get frustrated.
Wow.
I just told you how he's brought up on the show. If you listen to the show, you have to know who Cletus is.
You might have heard the name. It doesn't mean you know who he is.
Do you know who Chase Richards is?
Doug, do you know Chase Richards?
No, I know his name.
Probably talk more about him than Cletus.
We had a real thing with Chase.
And Cletus is
You had some hot tub
somebody,
time with Chase.
somebody that
now,
we
didn't
see.
you?
I haven't seen Chase Richards in 40 years.
Oh.
If you want to see clearly, you ought to get Windows from Renewal by Anderson, Doug. New sponsor here on TMA with a special offer for our audience. You can dial pound 250 on your mobile phone and just say Windows, and you get more information, or you can schedule a free, no-obligation appointment with Renewal by Anderson. They are the replacement division of 119-year-old Anderson Window Company. Now, you can't purchase their windows anywhere except through them, and they have an exclusive style here. Exclusive Fibrix material creates a product 2 times stronger than vinyl. Stronger means less frame and more viewable glass, a molecularly fused combination of material and polymers. It's world-class signature service. That's their business model, and that is why they are considered to be the absolute best. Renewal by Anderson has the most J.D. Power Awards for windows and doors, more than any other brand, and has more 5-star reviews as well. TMA listeners, it's a special for you. Here's what you got. You go to your mobile phone, and then pound 250, and then say Windows. Or go to rbastl.com, and here's the deal for July. Buy any window or door, get the next 40% off, plus an additional $250 off your entire project with no deposit, 0 interest, and no payments for 18 months. Call pound 250. Say Windows. Now you're hooked up. That's it, pound 250. I mean, is it any simpler than that?
Doesn't seem to be. No.
Pound 250. Say Windows, and let them know you're a TMA listener. You buy any window or door, you get the next 40% off, plus an additional $250 off your entire project with no deposit, 0 interest, and no payments for 18 months. It's Renewal by Anderson, a new sponsor here on TMA. Welcome aboard to Renewal by Anderson, and we are very glad to have a TMA special from Renewal by Anderson. We have sound stories galore lining up, and I'm going to be out of town at the end of July and August, so if you want to line yours up in advance of that, go to mysoundstory.com, or you can book one with Doug. You can book one with Learn. Learn did another one yesterday. Was anybody in here for that, or was she doing it again?
I was listening in my booth back here. She did an excellent job. When I was editing it yesterday, I was like, I'm just going to listen to like little 5-minute chunks to see, and I just caught myself really enthralled. It was really, really good.
Yeah, she's perfect for it.
Yeah,
she really is, just because she's naturally curious and a great interviewer. You can book it with me, Doug, Lauren, and Jackson. Jackson's doing one now on Monday. I'm doing one with a World War II veteran who fought in the Battle of Bulge on Monday. Can't wait for that conversation. Another one I guess I'm doing via Zoom on Tuesday, Jackson.
Yes, sir.
You just told me about. Book it at mysoundstory.com. Schedule it, or you can get a gift certificate. It is a perfect gift. And now you have your parents, your grandparents, your own story saved forever in your own voice. It's mysoundstory.com, company I started a few years ago, continue to own and operate, and recommend to the audience to interact here at Hubbard Radio with me, Doug, Jackson, or Learn, and we will continue to expand it, mysoundstory.com. And while you're there, you should probably...
think about it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, lost track, but yes, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
That's exactly right. Doug, Ken Rosenthal with this story on the trade deadline. Maybe the Cardinals would be interested. Noah Syndergaard says the Angels might be parting ways with him. I know it's a big name. He isn't exactly what he was.
No. He's had some arm problems, hasn't he? Injury problems,
he's had
for sure.
some injury problems. And now the Giants might be in a spot where they're selling. Because they have really fallen off lately. They're 10 games over 500 on June 18th, he writes, but they're 4-13 since. And considering they're chasing the Dodgers, they might be looking at parting ways with some players. That's kind of weird to think. And then he even lists the Padres in that spot. What up?
I would think it's too early to give up if you're those teams. Only halfway through the season.
Don't give up. You still have...
Certainly the Padres are still in it.
So the Giants are in it, too. And if the Marlins are in it, just depends on what your definition of it is.
Yeah.
But the Giants are above 500. They're just 11 and a half back. Padres are 6 back. But they're in the wild card.
Yeah. I would think you'd have to be careful about acquiring someone who's got a big contract that has an injury history. That's the last thing you want to be doing is paying a bunch of money to a guy who can't pitch.
Cardinals are currently tied with the Phillies. They're a percentage point behind, but as far as games behind goes, they are tied.
Out of the playoffs at the moment.
So by definition, if the playoffs were to start today, the Cardinals would not be in the playoffs.
No. Still an awfully long way to go.
And a lot of sweet, sweet treats from the Cubs, the Pirates, and Reds to come. They're going to get healthy.
You think there's teams, and they would never say this, but they think, if we picked up one other arm, we might be able to get in the playoffs. We have no shot at winning the World Series or getting in the NLCS or ALDS. So why even do it?
No.
And no, Doug's answer is probably different than mine, but we're both saying no. My reasoning for that is I don't think people in what is a mathematical business now that is so stats and probability oriented would ever say no. You always, as long as you're alive, as the 2006 and 2011 Cardinals proved, have a chance. What I think they calculate is the probability, and then is the risk versus that probability's reward of actually occurring. That's what I think goes on.
Makes sense.
Because the Cardinals certainly have a chance, even though I doubt anybody in St. Louis, hardcore Cardinal fans would say they're the best team in the National League, or maybe even one of the best 3 teams in the National League right now, but they certainly could still win the National League pennant. And even if, the 2006 Cardinals, when they were playing the Padres in that NLDS, I didn't even think they had a chance going into that series.
Yeah.
Really didn't. And then they won it in, I think, 4 games.
Yeah, you don't have to be the best team in baseball to win it. You just got to get in the playoffs and get hot. And if we can just get hot, we can win this baby.
Think about that.
That's how they all think. And I think they all want to be in the running as long as they possibly can, because that means dollars. It's a business. What's going on is a business with baseball at its core, but they're in business to make money. And the longer you're in contention and draw crowds and draw TV audiences, the better.
All right, you're in business, and Tim said it perfectly, but what about a team that, all right, we got a chance to get, they're willing to give us Scherzer. Say he's got 2 years left at $80 or $70 million. Now we got a chance to get in the playoffs. Do we pick up this contract? And then if we probably can't beat the Dodgers, probably can't beat the Yankees. All right, it's a business. We'll make a little bit, but you're stuck with $40 million for 2 years.
Well, that's an extreme example.
Yeah,
I think
but I'm
he's the
talking
highest paid
business.
player in the game.
So does that go into making a move?
What it costs you to acquire the player? Sure, it does.
Even though it's we got a chance to get in the playoffs, and then who knows what will happen after that.
Well, yeah.
But we have to pick this up.
Yeah. Of course, the player's salary figures into the equation. Absolutely it does. If it didn't, you just go out in the offseason and buy every expensive free agent every year.
Right. There's so many variables in it, too. How our prospects look, can we afford him? If we pick up this contract, how much do we lose in the future? It's there's so many variables in context that it's a tough question to answer, just yes or no.
Well, I doubt the Cardinals will do anything.
So what? You've given up? That sounded like you've given up on this ball club. We got almost half a season to play.
Friends.
It's not my team. I'm not giving up on them.
Don't give up.
Just saying, do you expect them to go out and get a Noah Syndergaard or a big name pitcher at the trade deadline?
I would think they would get something, yeah.
Yeah, something. Like what?
Yeah, something's a funny word.
Mr. Licks wants to call in Jackson, so I guess you got to be
more than happy
Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line 636-9004-TMA. So I guess be on alert for a call.
A bunch of people cannot call in. Well, pick up the phone and call.
Why do they sound like Confederate soldiers when you do an impression of our callers?
I'm kind of like Iggy, where I'm a one-note Charlie when it comes to impressions.
Paddy Wagon get the save last night or get the win? He come in the 11th or start the 12th?
I think he picked up the W.
I think it would actually be the save.
Did he get the last out in the bottom of the 10th?
I think Helsley got the 10th and Naughton pitched the 11th. That's what I believe. That Carlson catch kept him from getting swept.
That saved the day, yeah. Saved the game.
You were watching?
I saw highlights.
Oh, okay.
I watch highlights every morning.
I like those kinds of games, Doug. I know we differ on that. And I'm like, let me see what's doing here. And, off the bat, I didn't think it was going to be the problem that it was. Then when I saw him on a dead sprint, I'm thinking, this will wrap it up. And he catches that thing, has 3 hits.
I like those type of games at the end.
Yeah.
Once you get to 9th to 10th, I don't like watching the Cardinals strike out 19 times. I don't find that very interesting.
Get ready to lose brain cells with this Mr. Licks calls, folks.
Oh.
That's from Tervis Parish. Tervis Parish and Mr. Licks. Does Mr. Licks have an ally? He seems like he's a lone
Mrs.
wolf.
Licks, I guess.
Yeah, Mrs. Licks.
I assume they're in this together.
Is Mr. Licks on?
He is not.
What is the deal with saying you're going?
Yeah, I like I said.
I hope he doesn't.
Absolute numbskulls.
No smoke break. Office at break. Mr. I can't follow the bouncing ball. Management, my dreams are bisexual. What in God's name?
That?
Is that a haiku?
Is that Pig Latin?
It's a haiku. I wasn't counting the words, but...
No, I wasn't.
Syllables.
I should have been counting. I wasn't. That's on me to not have been counting.
Oh, my God. Can the leather ghoul stop whistling into the microphone? That's from Johnny Cakes. And now we've lost it. The first half hour was so erotic with Scott's wrinkled ball sack's wife.
Yeah.
The anals.
Get back in. Yeah, text in again.
But now the audience has gotten hostile.
Give us something else, Ballsack. Give us another erotic story. And if you're watching on YouTube, you see the microphone here?
Do you feel like you're whistling?
No. When I'm talking, I'm here. When I'm not talking, I'm over here.
How about the wheezing, though?
Yeah, I'm wheezing, I'm sneezing,
Johnny
whistling.
Cake says he's calling in Jackson.
Yeah, he's not. But here comes Mr. Licks. Mr. Licks is calling in right now, and he is now on hold. Mr. Licks.
All right, good morning, Mr. Licks. You're on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines. Welcome.
Hello, Licky.
It's Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Hey, guys, I'm a lone wolf, baby.
Are you really? What makes you a lone wolf?
Because none of these losers like me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Backing up the semi.
Drink with.
Drink with it. Drinks in town.
I'll make this one brief. I can barely hear you guys. Like, can you seriously get that fixed? But I gave this Cardinals take like 2.5 years ago, and Tim, you weren't on the show. That was the main reason I was calling in, so it's kind of disappointing. But the cat lambasted me for it, and I think Marlowe was on. He thought it was dumb. And I wish we could have Charlie Marlowe back on the show.
And Charlie thought that take was dumb?
No, I just wish he was back in the... Didn't he say he couldn't do the last show because it was too early? But now he's doing an early show?
Well, he left television. He couldn't do it because he was anchoring at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, I don't watch television.
Well, most people under the age of 60 are right there with you.
What do you think about this? You go league minimum salary for the entire pitching staff, and then you load up on your offense and just pay, 1 through 8, $30 million a year.
Doug, this is a strategy.
That's my take. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Nobody wins without good pitching. You're going to trust all rookie pitchers? Because that's what it would be to be minimum salary. You'd have all rookie pitchers. So what kind of pitching staff would you have this year?
I mean, look at what the Mets are doing without Scherzer and DeGrom.
Well, it's true, but he's saying all minimum salary pitchers, so it's all rookie pitchers. You're going to have nothing but Packy Naughton. Packy Naughtons of the world, Johan Oviedo, those are going to be all of your pitchers.
Well, the Cardinals have a $154 million payroll. $30 million to 1 through 8 would be $240 million, so you're going to have to find some room already. Ain't going to work.
Are we taking that seriously, this call?
You'd almost be better off to do it the opposite, to load up on the absolute best pitchers you can find.
Yeah, I feel like that
might try to find position players.
I completely disagree with that.
Why is that?
It just takes one little injury for a pitcher to never be able to be functional again. Now that you have the DH, if a guy that's in his early 30s and you still have 4 years left in the deal, he can be a DH. Dude, pitchers that's a dangerous game. What you shove 20, 30 million at a pitcher per year. I don't like that at all.
But
so I'm kind of with
you have to have it to win. If your pitchers get hurt, then you wind up not winning. When your pitchers are healthy and you're good, you got a shot.
Well,
nobody wins without good pitching.
Well, I just told you the Mets are the best team in the NL, and they haven't had their 2 aces the entire year outside of last week.
They still have other good pitchers, not just those two. Clearly.
Name me one.
Well, I don't have the Mets roster, but I'm telling you,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need big name pitchers.
But they're not. All 5 of their pitchers aren't making minimum wage.
Yeah, but I don't know about leaguemen. I don't think you'd do that. But I'm saying no named, no superstar pitchers, I think would definitely work.
I mean, if the Cardinals had 5 Sandy Alcantara's. Yeah.
Well, he's not minimum.
He was back then. He was when he was in his first, second year.
I don't think he was one of the stars of the league at that point either.
Teams care way too much about what their team's going to look like in 2027. That's what frustrates me about baseball.
2027?
That's why, a lot of teams, hold on to every single prospect they have and won't make trades for the now. They just are so focused on what their team's going to look like in 4 years. And I think that's
part of that
opposite of hockey, which that's why I love hockey. The shorter contracts, 2-way contracts.
I think part of it in baseball is because they do make so much money. Guys who can come up and contribute and don't make a lot are gold. They allow you to have Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt on your team. They allow you to balance that out. If you don't have any of those young players who come up and contribute and don't make a lot, you're going to be in real trouble.
Got breaking news, boys. I hate to jump in. I apologize. The Detroit Red Wings have traded with the St. Louis Blues for Ville Husso. The Blues get a 3rd-round pick in this year's draft.
Isn't he a free agent? I thought he was an unrestricted free agent.
There it is. Ville Husso, the era is over.
Wow. How quick things come, Life comes at you fast.
Wasn't there a time...
One day you're starting the playoffs, and next you're on Detroit.
Yeah, wasn't it before the playoffs that he was playing so well? And
that's the thing.
That they were talking about,
100%. Yes, absolutely.
We could trade Bennington, and
that was
now it's all...
absolutely it. So you're 100% right. Doug, how do you feel about it?
I don't know. I'm stunned that they could trade him. I thought he was a free agent.
Well, they got something for him.
Everything I've read said, are they going to lose him to free agency? thought for sure he was a free agent. I still see the Devils should have Ville Husso atop their free agent wish list.
This is from the Red Wings account.
Hockman is writing, Blues goalie Husso, a free agent this summer. Is it important? Something for...
Let's see, Jeremy Rutherford, and we'll try to get him on Balloon Party. The pick the Blues are getting from Detroit for Husso is pick number 73 overall. He writes, it makes a lot of sense since he is looking for a big ticket this offseason. The Blues weren't going to be able to afford it. So I think the Blues are in position, Doug, to match it.
Yeah, I guess since free agency hasn't started, the Red Wings have an agreement with him before they acquire him, keep him off the market. Must be how it worked. I guess they approach his agent and they say, will you take this money for 4 or 5 years? He says, sure, and then they make the trade with the Blues. I guess that's what happened.
So, yeah, Detroit will have the chance to lock him up, which is what they will.
They've got to do it quickly.
Doug, Stevie Y.
Yeah, and the Blues got what now?
3rd round pick, number 73 overall in this year's draft.
Who do you like in that pick, Doug?
I think they'll get one of the kids from Sweden with that pick.
Really? Think he'll still be there?
If he's there, yeah, we got to hope he's still there.
I would imagine the Red Wings aren't going to trade for him unless they know they're going to lock him up. I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah, I think it's great if you can trade somebody right before they become a free agent. Yeah, why wouldn't you? He's going to make a lot of money because he had a pretty good year, and you don't want a backup goalie making a lot of money. You're locked into Bennington for, I think, 4 more years at about $6 million a year. So there's really no point to have a high-priced backup, especially when you got some young guys that they like. I think it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that Husso wasn't going to be with the Blues next year.
But did you feel that way in April?
No, it changed.
Yeah, I mean, it changed so quickly.
Yeah, Bennington got hot, played well in the playoffs. Husso kind of struggled just a little bit there towards the end of the year. They had to make a decision, one or the other. And I think, you go way back, it looked like Husso was going to be the guy, but then it switched.
Doesn't it seem like the Blues are like this like every 2-3 years, that they have their number one, and then a guy comes up and has a good stretch, and then they have a goaltender guy. We got 2 good ones. What are we going to do? And one gets traded, and 2 years later, another guy comes up, and it seems like it always happens.
Well, Pierre LeBrun's saying that he has agreed to an extension with the Red Wings, $4.75 million average value over the next 3 years.
Yeah, so that's what it was. They agreed before they made the deal.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. You would think that you could maybe get something better than a 3rd-round pick for a starting goalie.
I think that
playoff
stretch kind of...
As a free agent, the Blues didn't have a lot of leverage to ask for more, I guess, or get more.
Guys, they just basically got the pick back from the Leddy trade. That's the horny banker.
Yeah. I suppose if the Blues had said, no, 3rd round's not enough, Detroit would have just said, okay, we'll wait until the free agent starts, and then we'll sign him, and you'll get nothing.
Husso sucks. Good riddance. That's from Roger Sweetwood.
I don't think he sucks. He had some good games.
Mm-hmm.
He played well this year.
So it looks like they're probably going to keep Tarasenko, I would assume.
I don't know that those two things are related.
No, not the Husso. I'm just saying, I thought I saw him. You would think it would be a draft day trade, and then you see what the Blackhawks are getting for some of their young players. It just doesn't seem like it won't be a huge market for a guy with a shoulder injury. Granted, a huge year, but
yeah.
So Doug may keep him. Maybe worth just keeping him.
Did you say Doug may keep him?
Doug Armstrong, yeah.
You're on a first-name basis.
I'm sorry, I should have said Doug Armstrong.
Yes.
I did love that, like, Tarasenko posted a picture of him in Miami, and everybody's like, oh, my God. Is he traded? He's on vacation, but...
Yeah, I think the reason that got attention is because he hadn't tweeted since Bobby Plager passed away. So that was, I think, the reason why that caught people's attention. I don't know how many people who thought he got traded were reading that into it, but I had somebody texting me saying that was eye-opening because he's basically been dormant on Twitter. Guys, Detroit will enjoy Husso's translucent hog? That's from Father Brown Eye?
That's not good hockey analysis.
Doug is 100% correct. That's from the total package.
About what now?
Getting the kid from Sweden with that 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, well, I don't know how many 3rd-round picks are actually
difference-making players, but I'm sure there are some. It's usually the first and second rounders that make up a team. And guys you trade for. But they got something. I mean, if this guy was a free agent, you were going to get nothing. To get a third-round pick, at least you got a chance to get something.
Yeah, considering the goalie market, and like you said, in 4 days, he's UFA. Guys, you can text in 314-881-TMA5, or you can email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. EDF is the sponsor of our text inbox. EDF's fire division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com, and they will have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. It's EDF, sponsor of our text inbox. We will take a commercial break, come back with our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, the Bird Early Cutlery Cuts of the Week, the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. We close out our appliance discounters. 8 o'clock hour, you are listening to 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plant. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Ryan Kelly online at thehomeloanexpert.com. This is a reality for everybody right now, Ryan. Everything costs more at this particular moment in American history, but you can help the people out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll be careful, but it's just crazy. Gas, the groceries. We were going to go see the in-laws this summer, and we looked at plane tickets about a month ago and didn't pull the trigger. We're going to go. We decided to finally go. We looked at the tickets just the other day, and they were like triple, for the same flight, same everything. Everything just costs so much more. And we hear this from our clients. It's like, am I getting gas or groceries this month? Or am I going to pay this bill or this bill? When do I get paid next? It's not soon enough. There's just not enough money to get through the month. Well, the good news is for homeowners, there's never been a better time for a cash out refinance. Get the equity out of your house. Get it by the end of the month with our 10-day closing guarantee. How much money can you get with a simple cash out refinance? Let's find out today. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Remember how life used to be exciting and hold promise for all the good things to come?
I used to work with a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mesfin.
Remember waking up on Christmas morning and believing in something?
Now, how that will happen, we haven't yet worked out, but I do believe in it.
Well, that's all gone.
in the air, left field, and gone.
Best you can hope for now is a glass of bourbon and a plate full of ribs to distract you from your impending mortality.
I could use some of that pork, pig boy.
Don't fight it. Salt and smoke.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Banger.
Doug, you requested it. You got it. Here you go.
I didn't request this one. I wanted something in the Mills Brother, Perry Como genre.
Banger.
You can only get this feeling from a thug? Is that what he's saying?
Fire.
Oh, it feels so good.
Oh, God.
See, Ryan Kelly Morning After. It's 105.7 HD2, The Potted Plant. It's Michelob Ultra Studios.
Mhm.
It's Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour.
Exactly what it is.
And it's exciting, actually. Ken Strode is done for the week. He'll be back on Monday.
Apparently so. Cannot get back in time. Cannot do it. I got a stopwatch on him this time.
Iggy's bad. Wasn't too bad.
Back.
He only missed a
Okay,
couple
it's
minutes.
going to be
Get the updated vacation ledger.
about a minute 40-ish.
Can we get in a minute on Monday? Thanks. That's Tervis Parish. What does that mean?
I don't know.
It's a beat?
In a minute.
I don't know what that meant.
Guys, the young whites love dancing to this alone at the Wheelhouse. Thanks. That's from Junior the Juice Man.
Oh.
There's a lot of lonely whites at the Wheelhouse.
Is that right?
That's where they hang
Is that like their marketing?
Well, that's okay. If you're lonely, at least they're out there looking for somebody, so they're not so lonely. It's the dancing alone that I have.
And Jackson was accused of that by the Warson Woods.
Yes, he was.
Tin Roof.
And apparently
Like at
he
3 on a
saw
Saturday
it.
afternoon.
It was like on my birthday.
Well, this guy saw you dancing alone.
Never happened.
Why would you dance alone? Just ask someone to dance.
No, thank you.
No, because if they say no, then you're looked at the entire night by being turned down.
Jackson with a straight banger. Martin and Gina never misses. Slay King Slay.
Facts.
It's from Mr. Fong, owner of the dildo shop.
Yeah, I was Polo G, Martin and Gina.
I think we brought this topic up on Pepper and Genie one time. Would you go to a bar by yourself?
Well, I think a lot of people do.
By themselves?
Yeah.
With no friends?
Well, they don't want to, but you'd rather they sit on their couch all night and watch TV? Nothing wrong with doing that.
Me, yeah.
You would? Well, maybe you'll meet someone there. Maybe you'll know someone.
No, I'm not going to a bar by myself.
Okay, how about a movie?
Love going to movies by myself.
Endless Love. I went by myself and cried.
It's the best way to see a movie.
My endless love.
Okay.
Soft Boys Dance Alone. Thanks, 314.
I always feel kind of bad to see someone at a nice restaurant sitting alone.
Yeah, we brought about that too. What do you do? Do you
Like, yeah, listen to Pepper and Genie. These topics are covered.
Do you bring something to read? But then the waiter, I think Plowsy brought the waiter always come, waiting for someone? No, by myself.
Oh. I applaud them for getting out there and doing something and not feeling sorry for them and sitting at home. Some people are perfectly happy by themselves.
I had to do that when I was out clearing markets for Sports Illustrated Golf Plus.
Yeah.
Ate dinner by myself, and I felt weird.
Well, I've had to do that on road trips, covering teams where they don't send a photographer. You're all alone. I don't feel bad about doing it. But I'm just saying, I usually kind of feel bad for someone else when I see them. I shouldn't, but I do. But I think it's fine to go out by yourself.
No, you just.
At least you're out there. At least you're living. At least you're doing something.
Just put a note on your head that says loser.
I don't think that's the case.
Wow, and Bill.
No friends, loser.
Wow, and wow.
What about the guy who goes to the bar thinking maybe he'll get lucky and doesn't have to worry about a wingman or somebody else?
Well, then if you go home by yourself and you get turned down by every woman in there, then you're pegged a loser.
Pegged.
Who's going to peg you a loser?
Everybody that sees you get turned down by 3 or 4 different women.
I don't know that that's the case.
It would always be pointed out.
You think people are paying attention to you?
If I'm with friends and we see this guy going from girl to girl, she says, no. Evidently, we're going to, at some point, we're going to say, look at this loser. He got turned down again.
How often does that happen where you're looking at one specific guy and watching him get turned down with girls who to ask him to dance?
Somebody's going to see it. If it's not us, somebody's going to see it.
Well, some people don't care.
Well, then more power to them. They're
right, that's why they're out there.
Non-caring loser.
Well, I don't know.
I've been a loser before. I've been turned down before.
But you'd rather stay home and do nothing as opposed to risk a girl telling you no, she doesn't want to dance?
Me personally, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you feel that way when you were in your 20s?
Well, I wasn't getting turned down in my 20s.
Oh, of course not. Here we go. Marilyn Monroe could have been yours.
Oh, God. Not to each their own.
Yeah. No. I think you're better off going out alone rather than sitting at home and pouting or being depressed about it.
Well, yeah, if you're that person.
And sometimes that's how you make friends.
What, just complete strangers? Hey, I'm by myself. You got anybody with you? Hey, you want to be friends?
Everyone's a stranger until you meet them.
No, you're usually out with friends and somebody introduces you to somebody or...
Usually, yeah. But if you're new in town or you don't have a lot of friends or maybe your friends aren't available that night, it's a Friday or Saturday night, you're not looking forward to staying home and doing nothing.
Yeah, that's what Tinder's for.
Okay.
I was on a Facebook match yesterday, just swiping a bunch of people.
How'd you do on there? Don't slurp.
What's the funny thing?
I heard the lips.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but...
That's usually my department.
It's the Facebook thing is that it says mutual friends. So it'll say like, Jenny, 48, I'd love to go to the beach, blah, blah, blah. And then you go down mutual friends and, oh, my God, I got like 20 mutual friends with this girl. Maybe I should text one of them and say, hey, can you tell me about this Jenny girl?
Oh.
So I guess you can do that.
On Facebook dating, you said?
That's a Facebook dating site.
Are you having any luck?
I don't know. It said 2 girls liked you, and then I went and looked at them and swiped. But then I just kept swiping and looking for other ones. I said, oh, she's kind of cute, and I put a heart there, and it's mutual friends. Matt Berger.
So you waiting to hear back from some of these gals?
Denman. I got mutual friends.
You waiting to hear back from some of these gals that you...
You probably got to pay for that, too.
Oh.
Doug, Mrs. Swinghaven board member eats dinner a lot by herself, and she has no problem with it. Thanks, Swinghaven board member.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is she looking for strange?
Maybe it's people that are working out of town or something, and they're on a expense account. Sure, go to a nice restaurant alone. That's okay.
Being a swinger, you got to know how to recruit.
Is that what they think? It's a recruiting mission?
Yeah. Probably had a dump truck with her.
I beg your pardon.
Drinkwitz?
No, I miss Swinghaven.
Oh.
That could be it. He probably sends her out on missions. Go find another girl, bring her back.
And so she dines alone and then finds a girl? Really?
Could be.
Wow, very
Go find some restaurant strange.
Sapphic Strange at the restaurant. What restaurant has the best Sapphic Strange?
The Blue Sky Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
Swinghaven.
Right.
Unless she's has a job where she travels a lot. Other than that, I don't know why else she'd be going out by herself if she has you as a husband. Unless she's looking for a girl to bring home. Which is fine. She's doing all the work.
Maybe she's just really hungry.
Maybe Layla in the Grove.
That's a spot for Sapphic Strange?
I'd have to think. Sapphic and really good shawarma.
What? Now, what does that mean?
Shawarma?
Yeah.
It's like an Israeli street food. It's like a wrap. It's similar to a gyro.
Shawarma.
Yeah, uses tahini instead of tzatziki.
I don't know what those are either.
Never heard of either of those.
Tzatziki sauce, the yogurt sauce on gyros.
No, I don't. I've never heard of that.
Oh, you guys are clearly not soft boys.
Well, I don't know. I don't eat a lot of
Isn't that Jewish?
gyros.
What? Shawarma?
Yeah.
It's Israeli.
Was that the same thing?
Well, it's Middle Eastern. Gyros are Greek. You don't have to be Greek or Jewish to enjoy either.
No, but what you described was something that was Jewish, right? Jewish food?
Israeli is a little different.
Israeli is not Jewish?
It is, but Jews come from all over the world. Israel is just one part of the world.
Yeah.
And so this food is Israeli food. It's really good. It's like a gyro except a different sauce and a different way they cook the chicken. I'd suggest it.
Huh. Well, I've never had it.
And Layla has sapphic play and shawarma.
What's a street?
Get you a little bit of both.
What's a street food?
It's like food you would like how hot dogs are on the street in New York kind of deal. Like you just pick it up at like a little cart on the street.
So a hamburger would be a street food?
In some parts, yeah. Am I like speaking a different language here? I just think
you're eating foods that we don't eat.
Never heard of shawarma.
Suggesting some.
Is this a restaurant you're talking about in the Grove?
Yeah, it's called. They have burgers too, good burgers.
Well, some of us don't hang out in the Grove.
We should. It's a cool area.
Don't tell me.
I guess I'd go In-N-Out, Steak and Shake, Five Guys. The French fries are tough to beat, really, at all of them. Because you can get a T-shirt from In-N-Out.
Who was that?
Mike Leach.
I'd love to hear Pepper and Jeannie discuss the best foods to eat before a threesome. Thanks. That's from Timmy the Tickler. Doug, you're a Timmy the Tickler guy.
No, he's a weasel.
I don't know.
That could be your topic for today.
Obviously something that doesn't make you throw up.
Oh, gosh, it always gets back to that, doesn't it?
First-hand experiences.
You won't let her forget it.
No, she's still living the dream.
No, you sound bitter. Disappointed.
Trust me, not bitter at all.
But it didn't go well.
Not for some.
But for others, don't slurp.
Don't slurp.
I almost spit taked all over the board.
Surprise, surprise. Art house film buff Dawson's Creek is a food snob, too. That's from Little Judy Suckins.
Great name.
They dating little Timmy Tribbins?
I wouldn't call myself a food snob in the slightest. I just...
You yelled at us for not knowing what these weird things are to put on a gyro.
Well, a gyro is very popular. That's a very popular food.
But the other
I like to get them at Michael's on
the other one
Manchester and Maplewood.
Yeah. The other one sounded like toilet paper.
Shawarma?
Yeah.
Charmin.
Well, I mean, that's kind of looking at it in a immature way.
No, look, I'm down. Food. I'm a guy that I like to try different things. I don't mind trying.
Yeah, you're the food guy.
But I've had gyros before.
Well, it's very similar.
And who are you to pronounce it hero? If it's Gyro.
It's gyro.
That's gyro. Or gyro.
Gyro.
I don't know.
And I don't know if shawarmas actually come from Israel, but they're very popular in Israel.
Are they?
Yeah, check them out.
How many times have you been back to the old country?
Never been.
Oh.
Still need to go. I have like a couple more years.
Would you like to go?
Yeah, go for free.
What do you mean go for free?
Birthright.
So who pays for it?
I think old Shell Nadelson used to fund that, the Birthright program. But it's a privately funded program that sends all American Jewish kids to Israel for free. The travel is free.
Who did that?
Shell Nadelson.
So you just show up at the airport and said, Shell sent me, and they give you a ticket?
No, you have to apply.
Huh.
He used to be a big donator to that program, Birthright program.
Huh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
So you're going to do that?
I'm going to try, yeah.
I'd like to hear Pepper and Jeannie discuss how Iggy can take longer breaks and talk less on the Big Boy Show. That's from Beer Cats. He is back. He has been lying low, Doug, laying low. He was dormant this week, and now he's active.
Yeah. Like a big lion has just come out of the brush.
Busy week. Maybe his boss an angry beef, or maybe Pally told him to stay off the phone and clean some tables.
Oh.
How many threesomes start over a helmet nacho in section 437 with a side Frankfurter and a couple bush lights on a nice muggy August evening?
Probably
Thanks.
none.
Alan Dadeville.
Tons, really.
God. Oh.
A muggy evening in August at Busch Stadium, it gets really hot. There's a lot of sweat down there at that point.
Want to come back to our house?
Sure. Man, I got to tell you, I might pass, and I usually am always up for Sappho's.
Cardinals are losing 6-0. It's 98 degrees, humidity about 100%.
Somebody just pounded some Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, game's already 3.5 hours old.
Let's go. Your house or mine.
Somebody's doing the Ric Flair woo right in front of you.
That Dippin' Dot stand the line is so long to get those little beads of ice. It's unbelievable.
You should see him 400 levels struggling to get up those ramps.
The ramps.
Today on Pepper Genie, we're going to talk about how things are invented.
How things are invented.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking about something similar to that. I looked at
how did it come about?
I was looking at a picture of a cruise ship. Think how hard it would be to build a cruise ship and how long it would take.
Yeah.
Those things are massive and they have to float.
George Steinbrenner did it, didn't he?
Invented the cruise ship?
He had a shipping company. He didn't invent it, but he had a shipbuilding company.
No,
That's how he made his money.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some inventions and how they came about. And
You have some hard
educational
facts?
little podcast.
what was the thought process that went into just different things.
Maybe a Vice article can source Pepper and Genie podcast for one of their articles.
Jackson, you strike me as someone who might be a closet BDSM guy. Thanks. Swing Haven board member.
Interesting take. No, I'm not really into that personally, but God bless if you are. I wasn't Chuck Rhodes, Paul Giamatti's character in Billions, into that?
Yeah, I guess that was his
It
thing,
would make
right?
sense that you would say no because you're closeted.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you'll never know.
I can't picture Jackson in a ball gag and leather panties. And
Try harder.
I can.
A girl,
I can.
a girl whipping his junk.
Flog. I'm good on all that.
I legitimately don't get it, but you know what? God bless. Doesn't affect me if people are into it. And at the same time, I'm sure damn near everybody in the audience has no idea what my obsession is with the less popular MFF. But yet, I am still consumed by it. And since I'm now 45 with a family, I am just assuming that I will always be consumed by it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
could be, yeah.
I just don't think I'm growing out of this.
To each their own. We don't kink shame, just like...
It's a sex-positive HD2 show.
This isn't sex, but I mean, I enjoy ASMR, I enjoy soft talking, and I enjoy scissor sounds, so I can't...
Soft talking?
I can't berate somebody who wants to get their butt stuck with a stick.
Easy.
And get smashed in the face.
Okay,
and
easy.
Whipped. If that's up to them.
Guys, Dillion's been pounding euros lately. Back on the bee sting diet. That's from Junior the Juice Man.
Yeah, I've seen a few pictures.
And how is it?
Well, she's in that no workout phase.
Oh, okay.
Recharging your batteries.
No, it's just like before she came to St. Louis, she knew she was going to feature, so she got back to working out. I mean, if you're just enjoying your summer and you're not doing anything, you just kind of don't worry about that stuff.
Calm me down, Plazzy.
Let yourself go.
No, I didn't say that. I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago about her, who knows her, and said that she has that kind of body that she has to continue to work out and watch what she eats because it affects her.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like that.
Sure they are. Yeah.
Well, you got to always make sure you're checking on your body and on your foundation at your home, and that's where Stratum Structural System comes into play, because that's Matt Ford and Brett Groman's strong suit. And what they're going to do is going to tell you this: as we transition from the spring weather to now summer weather, it's a good time to remind the listeners that it's important to maintain consistent moisture in the soil around the foundation. Make sure that you are running the irrigation system or using sprinklers around the foundation to keep the moisture in the soil. This can help prevent the soil from drying out and shrinking so much that the house begins to settle. Of course, if they suspect that settlement is occurring, Stratum is here for a structural inspection to determine if anything additional needs to be done. Look for large cracks in the soil around the house, soil shrinking and pulling away from the house, windows and doors sticking on the inside, cracks in the brickwork, tearing of caulking around the window of the house. If you see any of these signs, call Stratum today so that they can have you get an inspection for free. It's a free inspection. 314-620-8153. It's Matt Ford. That's Brett Groman. That's Stratum Structural Systems. I'm a client. StratumRepair.com.
teases.com and think about it. Doug, can you tell everybody about our title sponsor? His name's Ryan Kelly.
Well, that's exactly what his name is, and he wants to help you get a mortgage. A new one, an original mortgage if you're looking to buy a home, or to refinance if you're not interested in moving, you just need to get some money out, maybe pay off high-interest credit cards. That's what he does. The housing market has started to cool a bit, but inventory is still low and houses are selling fast. If you're in the market to buy a new house, you need to get pre-approved today with the Home Loan Expert. The Home Loan Expert has lower rates, loan programs for almost everyone, and a 10-day closing guarantee. When we say they have loan programs for almost everyone, we mean it. If you're a veteran, you qualify for that program. You can buy a house with no money down. You cash out refi up to 100% of your home's appraised value. At HeroLoan.com, they cover your appraisal and can close your VA loan in 10 days. Whether you're refinancing a loan or buying a new home, visit HeroLoan.com. It's the only way to VA. Or maybe you work in education. If you're a teacher, you can get a teacher appreciation loan through the Home Loan Expert. And when you close, whether a refi or an original loan, you get a $500 gift card. Same if you're a union worker. If you belong to a union, you get a $500 gift card when you close your loan with the Home Loan Expert. The Home Loan Expert will have you ready to close when the perfect home hits the market. That's the HomeLoanExpert.com.
There it is. Ryan Kelly, title sponsor of this award-winning presentation. Jackson, I'm wearing Mugsies today.
Hell yeah, I saw those. I saw you were rocking those. They look great.
Yeah?
I was
like
rocking
my ass, boy?
Yeah, big fan. And I was wearing them on the golf course yesterday. It was hot outside. It was real hot, but you know, my chest was hot, my head was hot, everything about it was hot, but you know it wasn't? The grundle, the balls, all that. My ass was cool. Not only was my ass cool, but it looked great too. That's what Mugsies will do for you. They're breathable, comfortable summer shorts. They're really meant for summer, and they look outstanding. Tim has a little bit different style than mine. They still look great. Doug has a little bit different style than mine. They still look great. We all have Mugsy shorts. They're all different, but they all look awesome and feel awesome. When you put on a pair of Mugsies, you can feel the difference. It's like you put them on, you get yourself, stretch them out a little bit. You're like, ooh, what are these? And you look at the back tag. You say, these are Mugsies. These are different. Very breathable, very comfortable. Come with a bunch of different styles, different inseams. So you can dress them up, you can dress them down. They got jeans, chinos. They got swim trunks with that nice liner that doesn't ride up your balls. They dry real quickly. Mugsies, they're just outstanding pants. So get yourself a pair. Head to Mugsy.com. Use promo code TMA for 10% off your entire order. I'll repeat that one more time. You go to Mugsy.com and you use promo code TMA and you get 10% off your entire order. Free your balls once and for all with Mugsy.
Free your balls and the rest will follow. Is that in Vogue? 90.
That was a jam.
I'm going to go 92.
I don't know the years, Tim.
I'm going to go 92 because it gets me 91 and 93. I feel like maybe 93 would be a better play because it gets me 94. But I'm going to go 92 to get 91 and 93. That's where I am.
Would they be R&B or pop?
R&B.
R&B. I like good R&B.
Do you?
I'm watching, I don't even know why I'm watching it, but I'm watching the Surviving R. Kelly documentary.
Looks like he's not going to survive.
30 years in the poke.
Yeah.
Our listeners can't survive without the Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the Week.
All right, hit the lever, Plowsy.
Cuts of the Week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut 1.
And after the first song, she just leaned down. She goes, "That shirt is so bitchin'." I said, "You like it?" She goes, "Yeah, I gave it to her." I just took it out. I did.
Now you were topless?
Yeah, the rest of the show I had no shirt on. So afterwards,
she took your sweaty shirt right off of you while she was playing the concert.
No, I gave it to her.
Stopped between songs and took your shirt.
Yeah, she was in a garter belt and panties.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. I bet you were too.
So anyway, we went backstage afterwards and they asked us to go to a party. And we couldn't because Frank had to go meet his girlfriend and he drove.
Frank Ladd?
Frank Ladd. Frank Koch.
Yep. Who the hell is Frank Koch?
One of the Koch brothers. Get that text name.
One of the Koch brothers?
No.
The huge Republican donors?
So,
You went to a party with the Koch brothers, topless?
It was at Palm Beach.
Yeah.
And you're doing radio still?
No, it was at Rico's.
Yeah.
He was,
Rico's in Palm Beach.
He was
his sister bar.
So he had to go get his girlfriend, so we couldn't go. But as I was leaving, Joan Jett just grabbed my butt.
So Joan Jett says you want to go to a party. You said, no, Frank's got to go pick up his girlfriend.
I think Cherie Curie asked us to go.
So you would go, right? You would say, Frank, we're going to have to depart ways right now. I'm going to this party.
I had no way to get there. He drove.
Joan would have taken you.
Then how do we get home?
I don't think at that age you worry about how am I going to get home. If a famous rock star says, "Hey, let's go to a party," and she's already ripped your shirt off, I think you go.
Cut.
2.
Well, we do get like 3-4 weeks a year.
Do you?
Yeah.
Doug, what's going on right now?
Yes, we do.
I thought we get
He feels like the beer
Now
cans
learning.
I thought we get 2. Well, if I get more than that, I'll start taking more time.
Yeah.
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 We get more than 2?
Well, I think it's an individual by individual basis, and
we've both been
some
here
of the players are in different positions in negotiations than other players.
How long you been? How long you been here? Compared to how long have I been here?
Well, you've been in the business 30 years. I've been in it 40 some odd years.
Not in radio, but how long we been at the station?
6 months.
Oh yeah, 6 months almost to the day.
So, yeah, it makes sense. You should get more time than me.
Well,
It seems like a question for HR.
I'm sorry I even brought it up now.
what's up, Tommy?
Oh my!
You make up vacation time and time you miss by when the show's actually on the air.
Doug came over the top.
But Swope did the math and said 42 minutes in a week. I don't believe that.
No, that's not true.
Well, it could be.
I think it actually is probably the right number.
But if it is 8 minutes a day for 5 days,
it's almost 5 minutes a segment. It's 5 minutes every time we break.
I'm not 5 minutes late for a break.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah. I think 25 minutes is a better
Either
number. 42 is a lot. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it adds up over the course of the year. There goes your vacation time spent smoking.
It's amazing. People bitch that I talk too much, and the same people bitch that I'm late for breaks. I mean, make up your mind.
Cut.
3.
So wait a second. You talk about golf and your knowledge this much, and you can't even break 100. Stop, Ken. Just stop. Give up the game. That's from Harrison's brother Master.
What does me not being a good golfer have to do with me knowing about golf?
Harrison, you
don't
call into the Steve McKee.
You just make an ass of yourself.
I guess he felt like if you knew more about it, you'd score better.
Why is that?
You can manage around the golf course.
I just don't play enough, and I don't practice.
You play every week, a couple times.
No, I don't practice. And I'm old.
We're starting to get somewhere.
You can't teach a new dog old tricks, or an old dog new tricks. You can't teach a dog tricks when you're dumb.
Well, you can get better as you're older.
Short game, yeah, but the other stuff, I mean, driving, I drove the ball great when Tim and I played our Saturday matches, and a week later, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, stupid.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
I could be wrong, but I could have swore I read where it's 1 in a trillion that you're born. That
trillion, that's a big number.
That sperm hits your egg and you're born. It's 1 in a trillion chance that happens.
So there's a trillion sperm that get released?
I don't know. That's just the.
Damn, I flushed a lot down.
That's just the number I thought I saw. 1 in a trillion chance that you.
That seems like a lot.
I thought so too, but that's what I.
So I'm looking about.
Seems like a lot
for the nearly 5,000 sperm that make it into the uterotubular junction. About 1,000 of these reach the inside of the fallopian tube. From the 1,000 sperm entering the tube, only around 200 actually reach the egg. In the end, only one lucky sperm out of this group of 200 actually penetrates and fertilizes the egg.
1 out of 200, not 1 out of a trillion.
Dude, my crust sock has like Portugal population type numbers.
Does anybody really use a sock?
Well, that's what you say it is.
I just use an old white tee.
Really?
I don't have great accuracy.
Oh, and you're worried about a hair on my egg.
We should say that for Pepper and Ginny.
Yeah, well, we can still talk about it. Where's your landing spot?
No.
Yeah, what do you use?
Well, there you go, Mr. Lex.
How's that Lex?
How do you like that topic, bud?
Tickle your fancy?
And those were the cuts of the week.
A good week out there.
I don't know how good the week was or not. Discussed a lot of very important topics, though. I know that. Just kicked him around in a very intelligent fashion. And for that, the audience should be grateful.
Tim,
because we make St. Louis a little smarter.
Thank you. I think that's the thing about this show that is underappreciated, that it's educational.
If you listen, it is.
What if you don't listen? I expect you're smarter if you don't listen.
If you have it on and you're not paying attention, then all you hear is like part of a conversation.
You learned about soft boys today.
That's stupid.
Yep. This is a think tank as much as anything.
There's not much thinking going on.
An incubator of ideas.
When we leave the studio, there's a significant brain drain.
I start talking. If I'm looking out the window, I get distracted by the traffic.
Do you? Well, we won't have that issue with our new studio. There'll be no
that's
windows.
right.
I'll miss the windows. Just for the sunlight.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be hard to carve windows into that studio because it's inside. It's, it doesn't face an outer wall of the building.
I hope we get a door on there.
Well, there is a door.
Not that
That's how you're going to walk in and out.
Is the new studio room bigger than this one? Jackson, you think it is?
I think
it's going to be similar size, but I think the way it will be set up, it will feel bigger.
I stepped it off once and it felt like it was like 1 foot wider.
Yeah. The way it's set up is going to be more conducive to the way that we do radio.
It just seems like there's more space. Even though it's not really much bigger, when you walk in and you see the table, it looks like there's much more space behind the table.
I don't think there'll be room for your knickknacks behind you.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put a case or something in there. But the door I'm talking about, most doors have the clear window.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is a wooden door.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're going to take that off and put one of these doors so you can see out the door.
I think it'll be a screen door, actually.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Why?
Because sound would go right through it.
But it'd be cool.
It'd be perfect for the cool summer breezes of any town, USA.
We don't get summer breezes indoors.
Imagine if we did have a screen door, though. How cool that would be.
But if we have that, we'll never know if Nikki Glazer walks by to go someplace. We can grab her. Any other guests that we see walking by.
This sounds like it was probably by design. That they're gonna...
That could be. Probably the arch that, we want a wooden door there. We don't want our guests being stolen.
Guys, when you get the new studio, will Jackson have a chair in it so we don't have to listen to that godforsaken typing? That's from the thumb out of water, not happy.
No, I'll be in my Horton Watkins. I think the reason you hear everything back here is it's a small space I'm in here. It's kind of like a cage.
We'll have room for more people.
Right.
I know that. Jennings, by the way, is going to be in next week on Thursday. Got the British Open going on. Doug calls it the Open.
Who's out?
I don't.
Nobody's out, just to get them in. And he'll be, I believe, running point when I am vacationing in the Hamptons.
Oh, good.
Yeah, how about that?
Love me some JJ.
Yeah, I love me some Jennings, too. But I wanted to be able to get in here with the full roster as well.
Yeah. Show stuff.
Yeah.
So good. I'll be over in the Cuck.
You want to go to the Cuck?
If I get a chair over there, there's no chair over there.
And does that mic work?
I don't know.
I just cleared out Iggy's balloons from his 30-year celebration.
That box is still back there.
Well, it's supporting the Nautica jacket for the winner of the FPCC.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how much bigger your new studio would feel if Iggy sat in Jackson's studio and just answered the phones and kept his dumb stories and lies off the air. That's from Beer Cats.
No room at the end.
The lion is up and out of the tall grass
Maybe,
and full lunge mode.
Maybe I'll come up with some news stories that are true. How about that?
Oh.
Doug, that sounded like that had an element of a threat to it.
What are you talking about there? What are you insinuating, guy?
Yeah, maybe there's stories he doesn't know.
Oh, no.
Anyway, just shut up.
There's stories he doesn't know?
You should just go back to just not texting in and just whatever you're doing during the day, besides bussing tables and getting bossed around by Pally.
Don't forget marrying ketchup.
Well, that's part of his duties, yeah.
Well, what about these stories that he doesn't know?
I was just joking, Doug.
Okay.
None of my stories are made up, so.
Okay. I hope that satisfied him.
Well, obviously nothing's going to satisfy him.
He's insatiable.
That's funny because when he would see me, he goes, God, you were so entertaining on that show. Now all of a sudden I should go back into the Cuck studio and shut up. What has changed, buddy?
You didn't like that suggestion at all, did you?
This isn't the Cuck studio.
What's going on?
This is the Horton Watkins studio.
That don't matter to me.
The Cuck studio was at the old station. We never used it.
Wasn't plugged in.
Well, everything's now. That's the Cuck corner over
just
there.
For that purpose.
Loose wiring.
Anytime you're outside of the area, it's a Cuck something. That's the Cuck corner over there.
So am I getting cucked during every show?
It feels like it, in a way.
And if I need to go back there and just answer phones, I'll do that. I'd gladly sit back there and do nothing.
Phone lines are poison.
I wouldn't answer them, but...
So then you really would be doing nothing.
Take the week off, Ken. You earned it. That's from Tervis Parish.
Thanks, buddy. No, I don't take any time off till Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Boys, I believe this show has taught a lot of the listeners about the lifestyle, and that has changed their lives for the better. That's from the Swing Haven board member. Doug, do you think we've educated listeners on sex?
What lifestyle? The swingers lifestyle?
Well, we're a swingers bulletin board, and we also give out stock tips.
Stock tips.
So we get people laid, and we make them wealthy.
What more does a person want, really?
From their HD2 shows.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to ask for anything more, isn't it?
I feel like we're doing our job.
Yeah.
Hey, you can enjoy a fistful of bourbon this weekend. I hope you do. There's a new whiskey in town. Fistful of Bourbon's the name, and Going Down Easy is their game. The kin behind Fistful spent over 100 years concocting the finest blend of 5 whiskeys this side of the Smokies, making it the smoothest bourbon your mouth will ever feel. It's the kind of complexity that can only be accomplished with good old-fashioned hard work and sound alchemy, and that's why Fistful of Bourbon keeps winning gold medals, blue ribbons, and whatnots at every fancy liquor competition from the Berkshires to Bakersfield. Get wise. Pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy Fistful responsibly. And before we go to our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, so you still have a few minutes to send them in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Maybe you're sitting there going, you know what? I am so glad it's Friday because I hate my job. It is miserable. Well, then that's the time to start looking for a new career, one that gets you out of the weather and into a career you will love. IT and Centric can train you for that career in IT in just 4 months. If you want a career with unlimited opportunity, that's IT. You want a career where you can work from home, that's IT. You want a career where you don't give an F, whether it rains or it's sunny and 99 degrees, that's IT. And Centric can make that happen for you even if you have no IT experience. If you're not happy with your job, call Patrick Nealon at Centric Training today, and he'll walk you through Centric's hands-on program and show you how they help get you started in your new IT career. Then, the only time you have to worry about the weather is when you have baseball tickets. Call 314-450-4714 or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Technology is the future of St. Louis. Centric can make it your future. Yeah, if you hate your job, get out, bro.
You think they could teach us how to be IT professionals?
I think so.
Boy, it'd be a great skill to have. Especially if you're a young guy.
Yeah. Why don't we do it then?
Yeah. What skill would be more important than knowing everything about computers?
And it's not going away. It's not like computers are going to go away anytime soon.
Think about that.
No, I don't see that happening.
They're only going to get better.
Yeah. Yeah. They still break down too often.
And if you're an IT guy, you know how to fix them.
Yeah, you should.
Beer Katz's son is texting in, I guess.
Jesus.
This is Simba chasing after Mufasa, who's going after the prey.
Sad. Really sad.
Back off, Iggy. My dad is the best ketchup marrier the Beaver's ever seen. Get us great discounts on pizza and chicken fingers. That's from Lil Beer Cats. I don't know if it's really Lil Beer Cats.
I would say no.
But that's somebody texting in his Little Beer Cats. Did we meet him? Doesn't he have a son who came to a TMA Live?
Yeah, he brought us to a TMA Live. This is where you want to bring your young kids.
We had Eli at one of the...
Yeah, he did a wonderful Lego of the entire dais that is in my son's bedroom.
Yeah. Tim's head is even sanded down a little bit on the log.
Now that seemed unfair.
That was offensive, and we're currently in litigation.
Yeah.
I think they're going to settle.
They sanded down the head?
Yeah.
Well, that picture came up on my memories a couple days ago. I was holding that thing.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, the little...
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was done like at Christmas last year.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was on my memories. It just came up in my memories, and I said, what is that?
Iggy's Lego looks like one of the Village People.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it?
We're going to have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up here in a matter of moments. Balloon party. Jackson, how's it? Jackson's trying to get Jeremy Rutherford, Joey Vitale, Chris Kerber with this Billy Husso news.
Yeah.
How about get Billy?
I can shoot Billy a text.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm trying. Working on it.
So, game time's coming up here, Peter.
Well, 0 for 2, let's say that. And working on the way around number 3.
If you're going to go to another city...
This is going to cause a Banny Rooster situation today from 10 to 11. You might want to listen.
To get traded to another city or sign as a free agent, wouldn't Detroit be about the last thing on your list?
Probably a moment in self-awareness, though, for us to say that here. Being honest.
Well, for hockey purposes...
Since I'm not running for office, I'll be honest with you.
The team isn't... Detroit, I would take St. Louis 100 times over Detroit.
As far as you're talking about, like, franchise?
Well, for everything.
Well, Detroit's safer than we are now.
City. Well, I don't have to go downtown anymore. That's where most of it is. I'm not saying we're in great shapes. I'm saying, it's a hell of a lot better than Detroit. And Detroit, you got to mix in the weather. No thanks. No thanks. Of all the cities I've been to, I would rate Detroit way near the bottom of places where I would ever want to live.
What's your Mount Rushmore of bad places in American cities?
Well, Detroit. I can't say I was terribly impressed with Buffalo.
I've never done any buffaloing.
Yeah. But that's what comes to mind. I mean, there are some other cities like that I've driven through or been to that are just dreadful place, like Newark, New Jersey. Holy smokes!
Unless you're forced to go, you're really not going to places you don't like.
No.
What the hell are you doing in Newark? Just flying in?
Yeah.
I've been in Newark many times.
Why?
Anna Cardente.
Oh,
I've also been to Newark many times.
I always stay there. We go to Manhattan and spend most of our time in New York, but I would stay at the Radisson at the Newark airport and then just take the subway.
Lil Beer Cats has issued a statement. Oh, I promise it's me, still the youngest ever to be banned by my cute stepdad, Doug. I think this is a 16 or 17-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
Raising this kid well.
Well, I'm trying. I'm doing it long distance, doing the best I can. I don't stay in contact with him or anything. It's not easy.
I think I got suspended when I was like a junior or senior in high school.
Oh, wow.
You did?
Yeah, I think I got...
So you're in competition with Lil Beer Cats?
Yeah, I think Doug suspended me for something I said.
Do you believe this is Lil Beer Cats?
I don't know. I mean, he goes by Little Beer Cats. That's actually what they call him. Or I guess that's what his dad calls him.
It is a 618 number.
Yeah, it could be.
What exactly is a beer cat?
Why don't you go enjoy your summer? You're like your dad. You're just go enjoy
You're going after a 16-year-old boy.
Go enjoy yourself. No, I'm just giving him some advice. It's almost 10 o'clock. Get to the pool. Get outside. Do something. What's wrong with this generation? They're so young and they just spend all their time on the phone.
Well, you just said you shouldn't go anywhere alone. Maybe he doesn't have anyone to go with.
Well, maybe. I'm sure he has friends. He's 16. He's got college, high school kids, friends.
I don't know.
I don't know many 16-year-olds that don't have friends.
Who knows?
I was talking about me. 65 is a lot.
Some people have friends, but just certain days or nights roll around where everybody's busy.
Oh, we'll go do something.
Okay.
Get off the phone and quit texting a station about nothing.
Really let him have it now.
I think I did.
We're telling people to not listen to our show.
I think I did a cameo for this kid.
Oh, you did?
Well, maybe it was his sister.
Did you get paid for that, or Rocky will take all that money?
Rocky will wet his beak.
Beercast has texted me directly. And he says it's absolutely him. He's 18 now. He was suspended when he was 14 at a Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Got me beat.
Jackson, what did you say? What'd you say that got you suspended?
Were you trying to seduce Doug?
There's probably something about your ass.
Must have been horrible.
I used to text in as Sassy Batman.
Did he use that on his college apps?
Sassy Batman or Rusty Shackelford, one of those two. Those are my names.
One suspended by Doug.
I put that for Gulf Coast. They really liked that.
You didn't listen when you were down there,
I'm just saying go out and do something.
Of course I did.
Go out and do something.
It's time for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email. That's what I got to do. It's no accident I have met my last three lovers in the bladder control aisle. Looks like I like the older fellas.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
My last conquest was a man named Mickey. And let's just say Mickey had a cannon. A man cannon, that is.
Oh.
After some small talk in the checkout line, it was apparent that Mickey wasn't getting any attention at home. Well, I know how to strike when the iron's hot, so I just pushed him behind the red box machine and did an immediate reach around down his slack.
Don't say slack.
It was wet and wild right away because old Mick had a little problem with controlling himself. The first name is Ben.
That's the end of the email. That's the email.
Doug, I'm in the filtered file, too.
Okay.
The first name is Ben. Now, the middle initial is O, and then the last name is Verbitch.
Ben Verbitch.
I don't figure that one out. Ben Dorovich?
Okay. It sounds Eastern European.
It's Kevin Miller. You don't need to worry about it.
Sounds Yugoslavian. Remember the old Yugoslavian?
Hello, boys.
Sarajevo.
Straight bringing heat today.
Really enjoy listening to Iggy workshop the math about how a golf handicap's calculated. It's really difficult to understand the difference between averages and the top 8 scores out of the last 20 rounds. It's really intriguing.
I don't believe I broke it down. Doug was. I don't care.
Anyways, I've been sitting on this toilet at work getting quite the splatter pattern from what I think was dinner last night but I don't remember what I ate. But as I was exiting the same-sex latrine, I made eye contact with the female. It's probably needing a solo bathroom to have more privacy, but unfortunately, I felt the need to take up said latrine to commit butt sins that Keisha Gray would be proud of while trying to set up a trade for Garrett Cole, in which would Uncle Zach Thompson and Vladimir Tarasenko send T's and P's to my anal glands? What in the
I don't know. You shouldn't say anal glands.
Are there anal glands? I didn't know there were.
Well, I know dogs have them.
Yeah,
Dogs
express
have them.
them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dr. Death writing in.
Dr. Death writing in.
Quick question that I'm hoping the dais can help me with. How come sometimes after I put it away, I immediately leak a few drops of brine all over my leg? It's like a garden hose that continues to trickle even after it's been shut off, an embarrassingly undersized and discolored garden hose. I know what you're thinking. Well, if it's undersized, it must have some nice girth to it. Wrong again. It's short and it's skinny, and I should remind you it's slightly discolored. Who cares as long as it gets the job done, right? Well, therein lies the problem. It rarely gets the job done. And before you mention those blue boner pills, just know it's not a matter of getting aroused. I can get aroused, it's that my erections are soft. Am I technically a soft boy? Probably. I do like the Cure and still wear Doc Martens. Anyhow, back to my original question. Like I said, I dribble pee on my legs sometimes, and even though it's just a small amount, it's just enough to be really annoying. Does anyone have any suggestions to help me out of this trickle pickle? Maybe something like a panty liner, a discreet diaper designed for a 37-year-old man. Thank you. It's from the JV golf coach.
Oh, JV golf coach.
Go see a doctor, because it's a problem.
Maybe just a PhD.
We can't help you, or wear diapers.
No.
Who, me? Sure. I've been a loser before. Now, not so much. Now that I've made it, I'm able to waltz around the office of my dream job, breaking into locked offices, smoking in high-traffic entryways, and confidently strolling into the studio 3 minutes after the segment's begun, disrupting live reads by the man who's covered my ass more times than what's-her-name puked in my sink after having the sex with my shedding exoskeleton.
Oh.
I mean, would a loser have a full 2 weeks of vacation after 40 years in the business, job hopping from entry-level to entry-level positions, ultimately landing the vanity title role of assistant to the assistant of Tim? I think not. Would a loser be handed the keys to a rental car from a sponsor who feels indebted to Tim, so they provide me with a brand new whip after my turn-of-the-century Buick steam engine evaporated in real time during morning rush hour with my hands on the wheel? Not a chance. Would a loser spend his entire evening perusing a dating site with nothing but memes of Joe Biden falling over a bike? Me, a loser in the past, but not now. Thanks, that's from SGO Bickle. Cash App in bio. I'm selling my dad's Mont Blanc ink pen for a date with a porn star who consistently keeps herself in a no-workout phase.
SGO Bickle.
The line, turn of the century Buick with steam engine.
Oh, God. Oh,
Is that who we think
Put
it
him
is?
on the staff, I say.
Is that who we think it is? Is one like emailed 9 different times under 9 names?
That's the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Sweet Mother of Mercy.
Well, I certainly can't go with Dr. Death because he mentioned anal glands. I am going to go with SGO Bickle. SGO Bickle gets my vote.
I'm sorry, Miller. I was going to give it to you. What is it? Bendy Overation? I was going to give it to you until
Daniel Vogelbach.
I was going to give it to you until Bickle wrote in, so SGO Bickle.
SGO Bickle has shipped the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Plowhawk, how's your bowels today? You've been quiet today, so I wanted to make sure everything's all right.
Still feeling a little rough, but
Oh, no.
making it.
Is your bowel better?
Yeah, I haven't really. I mean,
how's your bowels, baby?
The poops
Clip that off.
The poops are solid. So.
Oh,
nice. Yeah,
so no more splatter patterns in the...
No, that's half the battle. Is making
to
sure I don't-
scare away the WIL staff.
Well, I felt bad for her. I doubt she ever uses that bathroom again anyway, so I don't think we'll have to worry about that situation moving forward.
Pepper and Jeannie's coming up. And what are you guys talking about today? People inventing things?
Yeah, where they came up with the ideas and how it just came to their mind. And
People are...
How about Thomas Edison? Will he be part of the conversation? All the inventions he had?
yeah, how did he just say, you know what, I think if we put these wires together and we do this and you dial this number and I answer, it's going to be me. I don't know how he came up with that idea.
I think that was several steps down the
He stole it from the French, but still.
Talking about the telephone?
Yeah.
Was that Alexander Graham Bell?
Yeah, that wasn't
I
even
think-
Edison.
I think he stole it from the French.
I can't wait for my take.
Edison did the light bulb, among other things.
He did a lot of things he stole.
He stole them all.
Yeah, he worked
That's
in
a
a patent.
serious
He
charge.
worked in a patent office, and he saw the people that wanted patents, and he stole the patents, and then made them his own. Now, I
Doug,
saw
this
that.
is a great tease for
I
Pepper
saw
and
that on
Jeannie
Family Guy.
Jackson, and
Could
I
be
have
wrong.
to head down the hallway, and it's
I
going to
don't
be a
know.
rough one.
40-yard dash.
It's going to be a rough
Disparage the
one.
Wizard of Menlo Park.
65780 is how you can text in to a balloon party, as many of you are clearly doing now in character. Jackson and I are about to take the high hard one, then Pepper and Jeannie's going to break down inventions. We will talk with you on Monday. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7, The Potted Plant from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Watch TMA on YouTube. Click